It's a beautiful Sunday for some championships. Peter Caballero takes on Cameron Smotherman for the Fury FC Bantamweight title on UFC Fight Pass. But first, we get things started with the Fury FC 74 prelims with two titles on the line in our amateur division. Mia Gra takes on Kara Greenwell. Jonathan Galvan takes on Sean Canard. And gentlemen, what a way to get our prelims started. And welcome in, I'm Raheel Ramzanali, joined by the black belt himself, Michael Alexander, UFC veteran Alex Morono, and two title fights, Michael.
Yeah, what an undercard for an amazing main card today on UFC Fight Pass. I cannot wait for this card.
Absolutely.
Fury does it again.
I know, and I can't wait either. So let's get started. Let's go inside the cage to the fourth member of our broadcast team, the #1 male content creator in the state of Texas for OnlyFans, Wayne Leggett.
Good afternoon, fight fans, and welcome to Escapade 2001 at Imagine Venues in Houston, Texas. This is Fury FC 74, Smotherman versus Caballero. But first, please welcome to the cage for your opening preliminary bout, Francisco Rosas.
Francisco Rosas, second time inside the Fury cage, coming off a unanimous decision loss to Carlos Nanez at FC 36 in January of last year. Had really good moments in that fight, but unfortunately just looked overmatched against Carlos. So exciting to see what he's worked on since last year.
Yeah, undoubtedly, Raheel, it's been his wrestling that he's been working on. That was his weak point a little bit before. But from January to January, or January to the following February, that's a lot of time to make up and a lot of time to get better at something.
Absolutely. Fighting out of El Campo, has been training at Texas Third Coast. You see Jason Solis there, son of Professor Joe Solis as well. Such a decorated name here in the city of Houston when it comes to mixed martial arts, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, JKD as well. So really, really great camp, I'm sure, for this young man. And I know they put him through the ringer because they have an awesome, awesome program there.
Yeah, and we say it every week, but, man, this flyweight division at Fury, I mean, I don't know if these guys know they're amateurs now. I don't know if they know what they're getting into that flyweight division. Yeah. I mean, they may want to go up or go down because this flyweight division in the amateur division and in the pros for Fury is just a savage division.
Yep.
So if you have a weakness, if you have something, the amateur is the time to work on it, because once you make that leap, and these guys aren't far, even though he's only got one fight, very skilled, 4, 5, 6 fights as an amateur, and you're on to the pros.
I mean, you look at the timeline for Josh Van, right? Like, it was in a span of a year and a half, he went from what was just an amateur, fighting, exciting, to being the #1 prospects in the flyweight division. So it could happen fast if you're skilled and you're good enough. But, man, this is a way to start your career right here on the prelims of one of the biggest cards of the year. Let's go inside to Wayne to meet his opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Jorge Cruz.
Jorge Cruz, 2-2 record, 4-time inside the Fury cage as an amateur. Coming off that loss to Gage Harper back at Challenger Series 1 in December. He is a very busy fighter. That's the best way to describe Jorge Cruz. He just stays busy with wrestling, striking, and he is going to be in your face.
Yeah, and we just talked about Josh Van. He's a perfect example of that. Not only was he a busy fighter when he was in the cage, but he stayed active that whole time. And that's how in that 18 months, he's gone from, budding amateur to Fury champion, and now right on the cusp of being called up to the next level. So it can happen, with a 2-2 record. Doesn't really matter. We've seen it go both ways. We've seen guys like Braxton Everett comes to mind, who was 15 or 16-0 as an amateur and just can't get it done at the pros. We've seen 1-4 guys go undefeated.
All right, let's go inside for our official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, your opening preliminary contest, brought to you by SheathUnderwear.com, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Flyweight Division. Introducing your first competitor, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist is 5 feet 5 inches tall, and he weighed in at 121.4 pounds. Fighting out of El Campo, Texas. Today, he seeks his first win as an amateur. This is Francisco Rosas. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, and he weighed in at 124.8 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, he holds an amateur record of 2 wins, 2 losses. This is Jorge Cruz. Your referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexroad.
Only right that Jeff Rexroad, the biggest official, gets the smallest weight class to start us.
Yeah, and for both of these guys, if there was a smaller weight class, these guys could probably fight in it.
Yeah, for sure. Good start from Rosas.
Yeah, you can see Rosas wants to start aggressively in here, but he kind of did that last time. You know, last time we saw him, he kind of came out on fire, and it looks like Cruz is just, he expected that. You know, he's kind of stifling him now, staying heavy on him, keeping him up against the cage.
Fight Clock brought to you by OnlyFans. Make sure you subscribe to the Fury FC OnlyFans page right now. A lot of giveaways. Every picture from the event from Fury FC will be on there. So fighters, if you want to get all of your pictures, subscribe to the OnlyFans account. Plus Wayne has a special April calendar coming up, I believe.
Yeah, and, I mean, it's a good thing. You're like, no, I was on OnlyFans looking at Fury pictures.
Yeah.
You can tell your significant other, and that should be true.
Great for content creators,
Yeah, that's right.
That's...
Craig Jones is on OnlyFans.
Who would make the most money out of the Fury broadcast team on OnlyFans?
It would have to be Moreno, right?
I would think so, right?
Yeah.
Like, he could do some awesome lessons. Just the broadcast, I think Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne's just willing to do more. That's his own. That's his own.
I might have to. With the second kid now, I might have to do it.
Ooh, nice good shot there. Cruz closes the distance really, really quick there. May have felt that kick to the gut just a little bit. Maybe needing some time to rest a little. He keeps trying to go for that leg, for that outside trip. And so he's not getting heavy on the foot, though. He's just kind of swipe it over with his heel. And, you know, you can see Rosas is really, really heavy on his feet. There he goes again. Rosas kind of, Rexroad didn't see that, but, I mean, he may have saved himself. He may have grabbed the cage just a little bit to keep from getting taken down there.
By the way, blue gloves for Rosas, red for Cruz as we get under a minute in the first round. And the rare quad and hamstring punches by both guys up against the cage. You don't see that as much. Probably don't do as much damage. Just annoying.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're underrated for sure. I mean, they, you know, anything that hits your quads is causing some damage, and it's causing some time. Here we go with the front. Ooh, he reaches around, got it. He's got that neck. He's got 20 seconds left. Let's see if he can fight it for 20 seconds. His gate arm is a little bit exposed there, but this is in tight, Raheel.
Is this going to be enough?
He may be just out of. You see how he's kind of 45 degrees on there. Has one shoulder to the mat. He may be the angle may be no good for the choke anymore. As a matter of fact, that's exactly what's happening.
Rosas will survive round one. Ended it in a really bad position, but good defense.
Yeah.
To not get tapped out in 20 seconds.
Yeah, and Francisco Rosas did the exact right thing. You beat that choke with position. If you fight the hands, if you fight the choke, you're going to end up losing that battle. But you get out of position, makes it really, really difficult, makes your opponent have to do something. Great round for Jorge Cruz, though. Here you see him with that front headlock, that snap down. Rosas may have wanted that snap down a little bit. See that the rear naked choke is here. He's almost got it there. I think if he would have elevated that outside leg just a little bit to keep him square to him, I think he would have had the finish. But again, Rosas doing a good job getting out of position for that choke to be effective. Look for that again, though, Raheel. I expect this to go right to the ground immediately in the second round.
By the way, we have 7 amateur fights on this undercard. This is the 8th one going on right now. Then 4 professional fights on the undercard, and then we'll go to our main card just to let everyone know about the schedule for our prelims. Ooh, nice 1-2 combo. Back to back. Sometimes you just got to trust the technical striking from Rosas.
Yeah, Rosas needs to do exactly what he did. He needs to get off the cage here. Nice shot to the gut. Rosas is very effective with his striking right now. Just needs to stay out of this position. He has got to stay off the cage. Very impressive start to the second round for Rosas. And, man, he just cannot keep himself off the cage. He's a little bit smaller than Jorge Cruz, so there is that Cruz is a little bit bigger, maybe able to manhandle him a little bit, but he didn't seem to lack strength. He didn't seem to feel like he was much bigger whenever he was in that rear naked choke position. He was able to get out pretty easy, or at least change position pretty easy. He never actually got out of it, but again, this is Cruz's fight. The way the second round started, Raheel, that was the way Rosas needs to fight, and it looks like that's the plan. He wants to create distance, get in that pocket, and throw hands and kicks.
And for Cruz, it's obvious he wants to slow down that striking and really make it a dirty fight up against the cage. And that's what's happening right now, and he's staying active in it. Has already been broken up once by Jeff Rexroad for lack of activity there. And
he took a little damage right there in the first round. He took it pretty well. I mean, it didn't seem to affect him much. He didn't want any more of it, but again, one of those amateur mistakes. He was taking damage. He started moving backwards, and he was moving in a straight line backwards. You got to create those angles to stay out of that punching and kicking path.
Now we go back, broken up from that clinch. Oh, big left there from Rosas.
Yeah, and again, Rosas does a better job here of kind of flipping it around. For being a shorter, smaller fighter, it's going to be very difficult, especially when Cruz has that underhook. I think Cruz should have kept that underhook for here. He kind of gave it up because he thought maybe he could get that guillotine.
Now he's going to try.
Let him have the neck. Nice knee to the quad there. You can see one of those, I don't know what it was, but one of those hurt Rosas a little bit. You see him wincing a little bit, trying to take a breather.
Cruz just really wants that neck. Second time going for it in the last 45 seconds.
Yeah, and if he can get his hands together here, Rosas is in trouble here.
About 10 seconds left in the fight. End of round flurry from Rosas.
And Rosas is just getting a little too close with those kicks. He's going for those body kicks. He's just a little bit too close whenever he goes for them. You see he's hitting his body with his knee, but his leg is straight when he's doing it. Again, here's how the round started. Nice big flurry there. Kind of barely caught him on a nice shot to the ribs there. Another little body shot there. You can see that one hurt Cruz just a little bit.
Man, good counter punch there too.
Yeah, and then Cruz goes right back to keeping him on the cage. Doing some damage here, with this front headlock. Those shots to the quad, you can see Rosas did not like those at all. Very close fight so far.
First round, who do you have?
And I think I have Cruz in the first round. Maybe Rosas in the second round, but it's very, very close. I mean, it never went to the ground, which favors Rosas. And so I think it's a round apiece. I think each guy's got 3 minutes here to prove who wants it.
Definitely more damage done in round two by Rosas, more control by Cruz. And the judges here in Houston, at least, have been skewing more towards damage as opposed to control time of late. But we'll see if we get to that point, if we get to the judges' scorecards. Still a chance here for either guy to finish the fight.
Rosas trying to provoke Cruz into an exchange there. Cruz staying very calm, staying very disciplined. Ooh, nice shot to the gut there. Very nice. And see, Raheel, that's what happens whenever, he's just trying to throw kicks without setting them up. He didn't throw anything in his hands, no feints, no hands to the face, no nothing. And so, Cruz was able to catch that kick and get Rosas to the ground now. He just needs to, I mean, his game is standing up. He needs to, you know, Cruz is giving him the space. He needs to, he should have used that space to get in there. And Cruz is going for a leg lock here. That's a straight ankle lock. That's very tight. Rosas kind of laughed at him and pulled his ankle out pretty easy. And now he's on top here. A little bit of ground and pound from the guard. Would probably be better to turn Cruz just a little bit, maybe get his head up against the cage instead of those legs. He's leaving him just enough space to be able to put his foot up on the cage, turn very, very quickly to go to a submission. You see he's isolating that arm. Rosas does a good job of getting it out of there, but he put it right back in.
Little wall walk from Jorge.
Yeah, he got a little bit too square on his foot using that wall walk because it kind of pushed him away from it. You kind of want to walk up, be light on it. You kind of want to use it to kind of invert your hips, and it makes it really easy to transition to an armbar or a triangle from there. Gotta be careful not to take any damage here. Yeah, with 54 seconds left for Hill, I think Cruz needs to get up, or he needs to get on top and do some damage. If this fight ends this way, I think this is going to have to go to Rosas.
Rosas being really aggressive right now.
Yeah, he does not want to lose his position.
Now good punches from the bottom from Cruz.
Yeah, I just don't, Rosas kind of laughing at him. Rosas talking to him a little bit here.
Rosas just said, I love this bleed. Keep going.
Yeah.
He's a maniac right now.
Yeah, he is on a mission. He has definitely improved, Raheel, from last time we saw him. Definitely made some improvements here. It's funny what a year can do.
10 seconds left. Looks like the fight is going to end in this position. So we'll go to the judges' scorecards and see how they are feeling on this Sunday. First fight, going to the judges' scorecards. It's kind of good for us because we will kind of get a sense of what they are favoring today. We look at our round 3 highlights. There's that ankle lock where Cruz just looked like he had it and Rosas just took it out.
Yeah, and unfortunately that was his only highlight of the 3rd round. I think, you know, even though not a lot of damage done, you know, didn't do a lot once he got on top, but kind of held him down there for quite a while. So, you know, you like to judge on that criteria where you're just, all right, who controlled the match, but, you know, sometimes you just have to. If there's not a lot of damage, neither fighter's doing much, you got to do that. Very, very exciting moments, though, in every round of that fight. Looks like they need to have a little trouble trying to figure it out also. Wayne taking a little extra time to get into the cage.
Hey, don't forget to follow us on social media at Fury Fighting on Instagram. Get all of the pictures. Make sure you tag us at your watch parties. We will be resharing content from all of our Fury fans. Follow us on at Fury FC on Facebook. Like our page. We put up a lot of pictures up there as well. Fight cards, fight news, everything Fury related. Follow us personally at Black Belt Mike 99 at Raheel Doing Things on Instagram. Let's go inside to see how the judges scored this.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision brought to you by OnlyFans. All 3 judges scored the fight 29-28, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Francisco Rosas.
Congratulations to Francisco Rosas. Gets his first win as an amateur. Had control pretty much from round 2 to round 3. That was a really good display. Good to see that for the young man. Now we have 7 more amateur fights, so let's get it going. Here's our next fighter.
Please welcome to the blue corner for your next fight, Patrick Tran.
Patrick Tran, we go to our featherweight division in Fury Amateurs. Fighting out of Houston, training out of USA Fight. Making his amateur debut is Patrick Tran. Looking really ripped here for a featherweight, looking good.
Yeah, Patrick Tran, a big, strong featherweight. And again, you know, this is one of those guys. This is a great test for Patrick Tran. He's a 19 years old, making his debut against a very, very tough Josh Thomas. We'll talk about him here in a second. But, you know, Patrick Tran at 5'6", at 145, carries a lot of muscle on that frame. And, you know, he's a Houston fighter. I haven't seen a single Houston fighter that's a pushover yet. So we don't have much on this guy. 0-0, but looking forward to seeing him make his debut.
And you're probably wondering, man, Alex hasn't been talking that much. Well, it's because he's getting ready to coach Josh Thomas, who is training out of Alex's gym. You worked out at yesterday, Gracie Ball of the Woodlands.
Yeah, and I'm feeling it today for sure.
So that's why Alex hasn't been talking in the first fight or right now. You'll see him here in a second. But a lot of GB Woodlands guys today, so we'll be setting that up as we go along. Let's meet our next fighter. Here's Wayne Luggett.
Please welcome to the red corner, Josh Thomas.
Definitely know that's an Alex fighter just from the music. If it's heavy metal, it's Alex Morono.
Oh, yeah. And I'll tell you, like Raheel said, I went and trained at Gracie Baja Woodlands yesterday with Alex Morono and a bunch of his black belts and a few of his other guys. And, man, I'm just telling you that, you know, training with these MMA guys, you know, I fought MMA a long, long time ago. And but, you know, being a straight jiu-jitsu guy now, going and trying to train against these MMA guys that are black belts, they're so tough. Their position is always perfect, and especially being there with them having access to a current UFC welterweight who's doing great. You know, Alex Morono's a very, very high-level guy for the UFC, and you know, to have access to guys like that, training partners like that, and the expectation is as high for them as it is for Alex.
Wow.
And so, you know, it's very, very good. Alex speaks really, really high about this guy. This guy he thinks is a guy to watch.
All right, both guys are inside, so let's get our official introductions. Here's Wayne Luggett.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, brought to you by Private Label, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Featherweight Division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, and he weighed in at 144.2 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, today he makes his amateur debut. This is Patrick Tran. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, and he weighed in at 144 pounds. Also fighting out of Houston, Texas, he holds an amateur record of 1 win, no losses. This is Josh Thomas. Your referee in charge, Patrick Patlan.
Man, excited to see this fight. Featherweights going at it. By the way, the striking coach at GB The Woodlands, Matt Wald, as well in the corner of Josh Thomas, one of the best striking coaches in Texas.
And you see Josh Thomas, man, he just looks like a fighter. If you're walking down the street, you're like, yeah, that guy's a fighter.
Yeah.
He's got the haircut. He's got a chronic black eye.
Did that Conor McGregor flex walking around as well. He's got the movements down.
Ooh, big, strong slam there from...
Oh, Suplex City. Wow. He held on to him perfectly for a reset.
Yeah, if I was Tran, I would just stay on the ground. It's like, man, every time I get up, he keeps slamming me back down on my face. Josh Thomas is all over him.
Man, I can't wait to see a replay of that because that was very technical, and he held on perfectly.
Yeah, it looked like Patrick Tran tried to drag Thomas to the ground there.
Side control now for Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas kind of trying to control him a little bit on here. Patrick Tran has got to be wondering, when does this pressure stop? Bad position here for Patrick Tran. This is already under the chin.
Both hooks in.
Yeah,
it's on
push
top
those
of the
hips
chin
forward
right now.
Yeah, he needs to. Josh Thomas just needs to punish him right now with this position. Put it across his face. Let's get a neck crank going. Go right over the top of that wrist. Put that other hand behind the head. It's a little bit more difficult with the gloves on.
That's tight now.
That's very, very tight.
This is going to be it. How about that? A first-round tap for Josh Thomas.
Well, I see why Alex was so high on this kid. What a savage display of everything from Josh Thomas.
That was some beautiful wrestling, great groundwork. Josh Thomas, have yourself a day, young man.
Yeah, Josh Thomas said, I don't want to go past the first round.
Look at that.
What a big suplex.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Perfect form, never left the arch. Kept the hands tied. And here we go. This is the beginning of the end right here. He kind of exposed his back to him when he already had the top hook in. The bottom hook's the one you need, but he pulled him around, exposed him big, dump there. Once he got to the back and got this underneath, really, really difficult to fight that for very long. See, he took one shot at the hand to try to pull that down. Nothing doing. Josh Thomas with the choke.
All right, let's make this thing official. Here is Wayne Leggett.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes. 1 minute, 30 seconds into the very first round. Declaring a winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke, Josh Thomas.
Congratulations, Josh Thomas, second win in his young amateur career. Sky-high expectations now for the 21-year-old because that was impressive. Another fighter that we'll circle and be on the lookout for.
Yeah, going to be difficult for him to find a fight, I have a feeling, from now on. Savage performance.
Let's meet our next fighter.
Please welcome to the blue corner, Daniel Jimenez.
Daniel Jimenez. 2-1 record. Came all the way from Washington. That's his hometown in Pasco. Training at Mercenary Combat Academy. The 21-year-old took this fight against Ross Thurwalker, one of the hotter names in the amateur division for the flyweights. A lot of people didn't want to fight Thurwalker. Jimenez was like, I'll take it, let's go.
Well, and that's the thing, Raheel, is like typically on a regional show, people get they're only pulling fighters from that region. And so they'll get to know people and they'll protect their records and they'll pad their records and they'll do, whenever you've got somebody from another state and they're maybe killing it up there in their state, they're maybe killing it at the gym, it gets to where they're not scared of anybody and they think they're just as good as any fighter in any region. That may or may not be the case here, but I'm just telling you, Daniel Jimenez knows exactly what he was getting into whenever he took this fight with Thurwalker. He thinks he can win this fight. And he thinks he can do it in devastating fashion.
All right, let's meet his opponent. Here.
Please welcome to the red corner, Ross Thurwalker.
You can hear that big pop for Ross Thurwalker. 7th time inside the Fury amateur cage. 3-2 record. Has had no contest against Nathan Urioste with that low blow. Couldn't get the fight finished. But Ross Thurwalker is a hot name, man.
Yeah, and again, we talked about this a little bit earlier. We've seen it Raheel where guys go 3-2, 3-3, 4-3, whatever, and then go to the pros and they are 9-0 whenever they go to a pro. We've seen guys go 15-0 as an amateur and cannot win a pro fight. This is one of those guys that is using this amateur rank to work on what he's doing, to get his ring awareness better, to make sure that he's fighting his kind of fights, to make sure that he's challenged. He is using this the way it's supposed to be used. Of course you want to win. Of course he wants to win. Of course he thinks he should have won those 2 fights. But sometimes it just doesn't happen.
Look at our tail of the tape brought to you by Howler Head Whiskey for this amateur flyweight bout. The height advantage and reach advantage to Ross Thurwalker. The 22-year-old came in at 127.4 pounds. Let's go inside the weigh-in for our introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest brought to you by Howler Head Whiskey is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Flyweight Division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist is 5 feet 4 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 125.2 pounds. Fighting out of Pasco, Washington, he holds an amateur record of 2 wins, only 1 defeat. This is Daniel Jimenez. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, and he weighed in at 127.4 pounds. Fighting out of Cypress, Texas, he holds an amateur record of 3 wins, 2 losses. This is Ross Thurwalker. Your referee in charge, Jeff Rexroad.
All right, blue gloves for Jimenez, red for Thurwalker. All right, both guys.
Man, Thurwalker's like an amateur 25 version of Smotherman. Just his fights are always crazy. Inconsistent type of crazy, too. Crazy kicks, good wrestling, sometimes weird fouls. I mean, the guy's definitely a must-watch fighter.
Yeah, his kicks definitely stand out. When you look at some of his old fights, he does a great job of creating distance and attacking with them.
You know, he's like a formidably sized flyweight, too. He's got an interesting striking style, and you wouldn't think it matches well with wrestling, but it does, man. Like, once he chooses to shoot and grapple, I mean, it looks great. But he'll fight at super long kick range as well. It's an interesting mix.
Yeah, he's kind of started the fight that way here. Looking like he's trying to keep him on the, kind of using those kicks as a jab. Want to keep a little space in there. And I would imagine he'll keep doing that until he decides to make this a wrestling match.
Yeah, that was a nice jab from, oh, big high kick, man. He was hunting for that one. And props to his opponent in Jimenez. He's stalking a lot. He's moving well. He's just struggling to find a beat. Thurwalker keeps switching stances. Nice double there from Jimenez. Got his hands together.
Yeah, Jimenez is kind of on the wrong side of him there. You don't want to give him a Thurwalker an escape route. Does a good job of turning him.
Getting to his feet. Important hand fight here. Jimenez's elbows are a little high. Transition off with a single. Thurwalker, been here a million times, knows how to balance here. That's why chain wrestling is so important. You shoot a single on a guy with good balance, you're going to have to, you know, hit him with like multi-tier off-balancing strategies.
Yeah, you got to be ready to switch to double legs. You got to be, you know, ready to come high, ready to come off of it all together and throw some punches. Got to be creative there whenever you're fighting a guy that's a good defensive wrestler.
Man, good kick there from Thurwalker. By the way, good exit knee there from Jimenez as well.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a hardy knee there from Jimenez. Nice little level change, low-high, we call that at the gym, from Thurwalker. But man, Jimenez keeping his composure. Nice, it's subtle. Jimenez feinted a jab, threw a big right hand over the top. Didn't meet its mark, but the thought was there.
Under 30 seconds, round 1.
And man, and Thurwalker's not like loading up on these kicks. They're not using that much energy. And that's usually the big like knock with kicks is they burn a lot of fuel. But Thurwalker's throwing them pretty smooth, pretty clean. And right when you think he's going to kick, he throws a nice little punch combo. He's really mixing it up well.
Yeah, and his position's good for him. We saw a little bit in a fight earlier where the fighter was a little bit close, kind of the knee hitting the body instead of the leg hitting the body, and you know, just got good position, good good distance.
You know, a lot of guys didn't want to fight Thurwalker. Jimenez looks very comfortable inside there, not phased at all. If you're looking at body language, good start here for Daniel Jimenez.
I mean, I maybe not a master class, but I mean, that's about as clean as it gets. Thurwalker was sliding right out of range, switching the stance, throwing punches, throwing kicks, all different levels. I mean, good performance. And that's tough for Daniel Jimenez because Daniel Jimenez didn't have a bound rat himself. He kept his stance, he kept his composure, mitigated the strikes pretty well, threw when he could, but Thurwalker's, he's just a bit of a challenging riddle to solve, you know, early in this fight.
Yeah, Thurwalker, I think the key for Jimenez in this fight after watching the first round, Alex, is he has got to just keep some pressure on him, keep a little bit closer, don't get it ranged like that with him. Maybe turn this fight a little dirty. Maybe get him up against the cage, do some dirty boxing.
Yeah, guys who bounce in and out a lot, switch stance and throw a lot of kicks. If you just get in their face and put them on the back foot, you can beat some of their tempo.
Second round, red gloves, Thurwalker, blue, Jimenez. Ooh, big right there from Jimenez.
Yeah, you can see that his corner told him when he throws that kick, go with that big overhand right. They must have seen I've been paying attention when maybe Thurwalker drops his hand a little bit whenever he throws that kick with that right leg.
You know, Thurwalker has been diligent with his hand placement. I mean, even when his opponent countered with the overhand right, I mean, Thurwalker's hands were sky high.
Yeah. That's what I said. Nothing stuck out, but it looks like that's exactly what they told him to do.
Nice. There once again, and he had some success. I mean, that was a good read.
It was just a nice little kick jab. It was perfect. But, man, another good counter flurry from Jimenez.
Ooh. Both guys landed there. Both guys throwing that right hook. Both guys landing.
Man, Jimenez showing good timing on his takedown defense and his takedown offense.
Yeah, he's been wincing a little bit in the left eye, Alex.
Nice little liver punch there. Oh, nice. He mixes it up. I mean, you saw the Thurwalker went right hand to the body and then left hook to the head. Just attacking on very different planes. It's hard to predict what he's going to throw. Really good entry there from a jab from Jimenez. A good classic 1-2. Met its mark.
Man, this has been a beautiful fight thus far.
I mean, yeah, these guys, I mean, they look like pros.
Yeah, both guys very calm. Both guys very relaxed. Both guys striking well.
I mean, as much as we like two amateurs brawling it out, I mean, this is just clean technical martial arts right here. That was a good timing, not on the shot, but on like on the finishing fuse. That was great there from Jimenez. He was able to hit that classic single because he just saw the head or leg and went for it quick. He's in a pretty tight front headlock, pops his head out. It's funny, we've seen more wrestling holds and positions and grips than jiu-jitsu positions in this fight. Front headlocks, singles, switches.
Yeah, this is a hard one to call because I just want to watch them. Both these guys,
very
nice
I know what
striking.
you mean.
Truly, for two guys with, for Jimenez, under 5 fights. For Thurwalker, this is now, big kick there.
I mean, that was the most notable flurry. Oh man, Thurwalker's all over him. I mean, that flurry scored huge. That was by far the biggest moment of round 2.
Ooh, nice overhand right there from Jimenez. Thurwalker comes right back.
Not that it was out of arm's reach, but I mean, I think Thurwalker takes that round handily because of that exchange, at about the 20-second mark.
Thurwalker, as I mentioned, when he was walking out, 7-time inside the amateur cage, so another guy to watch out for, grown in fury. Could possibly be his final amateur fight with this many fights already. Looks like a pro. Look at our round 2 highlights.
Yeah, and again, Thurwalker does a good job of using those kicks as jabs, kind of keeping the distance. And rightly so. I mean, Jimenez has done a good job. You see a beautiful flying knee right there, and then answered with a knee to the body by Jimenez. I think it fell a little bit short.
Man, I had an amateur one time got hit with a big clinch knee to the body. And after the fight, he came to me, he was like, "Hey, coach," and he was like holding back tears. He's like, my heart hurts. And I was like, it was from the knee to your sternum. You'll be okay, champ.
By the way, you see our upcoming schedule quickly. We're going to be in Dallas on a Friday night broadcast, February 17th. We head back to California March 17th, and then March 24th at the new Boeing Center at Techport in San Antonio for FC 77. How about this? Kyrie Irving is now part of the Dallas Mavericks. Wow. We'll get trade details here in a second. Big NBA news. Maybe we'll see him at Gillies next month. Ooh.
Nice. I mean, right when Jimenez throws a good combo, Thurwalker meets it with the flying knee. And again, Jimenez he's doing well. He's defensively sound. He's finding good moments to attack, but
yeah, Alex, I think these guys are very evenly matched. I mean, even though they're a little bit different style of fighter, Jimenez more of a boxing style fighter, and of course Thurwalker with a beautiful kickboxing, but these guys are really evenly matched.
Yeah, agreed. So then it becomes, volume, who can throw more with their effective styles. And I do believe Thurwalker is ahead on these scorecards.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's done more damage. Even when he was taken down, he got right back up. There was no damage done on the ground. Hasn't really been in any trouble yet. He has taken a few shots, but he's taken them really well. Yeah. And it's never moved him back. He's still moving forward. He's still been the aggressor for most of the fight. although Jimenez has his moments like now when he's the aggressor and kind of pushing forward, he may also have the feeling that he's down on the cards here.
Nice level change. Just classic double leg entry. Big lift there from Thurwalker.
Yeah, I think Thurwalker was tired. He got hit a couple of times, and I think he was like, I need to make sure I win this fight. Get into the ground. He's got good control here from the ground. You see the guard's wide open, and Thurwalker not trying at all to pass the guard, but sitting on the back of those thighs, getting heavy. This is a good ground and pound position, Alex.
Oh, crafty little trip there from Jimenez, and he's all over him.
Now Thurwalker showing off his wrestling.
Yeah, nice duck under reversal there from Thurwalker. I thought we were about to see a big suplex like we saw in the last fight, Alex. Holy cow. I went and trained at Gracie Baja Woodlands yesterday, and Alex did that to me in the middle of our jiu-jitsu round.
Oh, now that left arm.
Mike's being modest. He tapped all my black belts, including myself. You see Walker got full back exposure here.
He's
got
the
choking arm in position. It's not quite under the chin. But, I mean, talk about putting a stamp. He's got to be on his P's and Q's transitionally here.
He let a little bit loose with his legs there, Alex.
Yeah.
Lost those hooks.
And that's the difference in training. These guys are bare-chested and sweating. I mean, it's harder to hold on to guys than you'd think. You think it's harder than you think. Something I need to do in training more is that, you know, belly to back, sweat scrambles. I know it's weird, but it's necessary. Big shots there from Jimenez.
Yeah, Jimenez letting it all hang out here now. Jimenez, I think he's feeling, I've got to finish this fight.
Nice, good scrap. I mean, great technical,
nice
back and forth fight.
Man, for his fourth fight for Daniel Jimenez, what a character-building fight going up against one of the best amateurs that we have here at Fury FC. And he held his own. I mean, he more than likely will lose the fight, but definitely held his own against one of the best that we have here, man. That's a major character-building fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be very curious to see him fight again. Like, despite not knowing this decision outcome, this guy brought some really cool things to the Fury cage in our amateur stacked flyweight division. I think we have more flyweights every card than any other weight class.
Yes. As we look at our highlights here, Alex, I have a question for you. For an amateur, how important is winning a title before turning pro? For some of you, like, just your coaching mentality.
For most teams, it's like mandatory. Like, I did that, or Ricky Tercios did that, Jake Hefferny's on the main card, he did that. I mean, it's pretty much a must if you want to be a serious professional.
For Ross Thurwalker, maybe that's the next goal. Has 7 fights already under his belt. See if he gets a chance at the amateur title in the flyweight division.
I hope so, man. I really like watching him fight. I hope he either gets a title shot or turns pro.
All right, let's go inside and see how the judges scored this.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision brought to you by OnlyFans. All 3 judges score the fight 30-27, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Ross Thurwalker.
Congratulations to Ross Thurwalker, man, and I hope Daniel Jimenez is back here for us at Fury FC because that is a talented fighter as well.
Yeah, and that fight was closer. I mean, it was 30-27, but those rounds were very, very close. So even though Thurwalker won it, I do hope to see Daniel Jimenez again.
All right, let's go to Wayne.
Please welcome to the blue corner, Matthew Costello.
All right, you guys ready for some big boys? Because we have a heavyweight scrap, and by heavyweights, I mean really, really heavy. We'll talk about a weight miss here in just a second, but first, Matty Costello making his way out to the cage. First time inside the Fury cage, has finished 2 of his last 3 fights, and he is ready to show out.
Now, he looks scary, but I'm telling you, this guy is technical and scrappy. I actually trained him quite a bit back in the day at GBS Chase. He's been in the mix a very long time. He's been very dedicated. He's got more experience than his record shows. He's 3-0 in MMA, but he's got a lot of kickboxing matches. I'll tell you, man, this guy, he's the full package with mixed martial arts. You'll see, man, he's got a chin on him. He's got heavy hands. He's got a great kicking game. I was looking forward to seeing this fight.
It's funny you mentioned that chin. I went back and watched his last fight. and he got nailed in the first fight. Like, he just looked rocked, and he just kept moving forward like it was nothing.
Yeah, it's wild.
This is what a heavyweight should look like, by the way. That's a scary dude. All right, he is inside, so let's get his opponent. Here's Wayne Leggett.
Please welcome to the red corner, Randy Gonzalez.
Yeah, I talked about really, really big guys. Randy stepped on the scales yesterday at 277.8.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. I mean, 265 is I'm like, all right, that's easy to stay under. I guess not. And what's crazy, like, I mean, to skate out of there within a certain percentage of body weight, I've never seen this before, and I've seen a lot of fights in my day.
Yesterday when I got our, you know, what we do is we got our weigh-ins, we get a sheet with all the weights from our team here at Fury, and I was looking at it, I was like, man, maybe that was just a typo, but this morning I confirmed it, and it was, we did get in that 277.8, fight does move forward, and yeah, that is the biggest weight discrepancy that I remember on this card, and it's with the big boys. Or here at Fury, not on this card, but just in general at Fury, excuse me.
I mean, I know sometimes there's a super heavyweight division, which is like 265 and up, but I mean, that's usually for like gimmick fights in Japan and stuff. But I mean, there's some big boys in this cage. Both guys pretty experienced too. It's fun.
Randy Gonzalez 2-1 record. Coming off that loss to Miles Banks, who was supposed to be on this card making his pro debut, tore his ACL, has actually been fighting with a torn ACL for the last year plus, and finally got it checked out. Turns out it is a tear. But Randy Gonzalez is the story here. We'll talk a little bit about him in a second, but let's get our official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next fight, brought to you by Space City Collective, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Heavyweight Division. Introducing your first competitor, fighting out of the blue corner. This freestyle fighter stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, and he weighed in officially at 263.8 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, he holds a perfect amateur record of 4 wins, no losses. This is Matthew "Matty Ice" Costello. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 6 feet tall, and he weighed in at 277.8 pounds. Fighting out of Corpus Christi, Texas, he holds an amateur record of 2 wins, only 1 defeat. This is Randy Gonzalez. Your referee in charge, JJ Ferraro.
Our quick tail of the tape, we talked about that weight, 277.8 for Randy Gonzalez, and the height advantage for Costello and reach for Gonzalez. Blue gloves for Costello, red for Gonzalez. And just talking about Randy, he's also a brawler. We saw in the Miles Banks fight, he just kept moving forward. And you ran into one of the most talented heavyweights in Miles Banks, but Randy had some really good moments in that fight as well. So this is going to be a fun one. I don't see this leaving the first round, gentlemen.
Notice the volume of Matty. I mean, he doesn't like super load up. He'll just touch. He'll like throw double right hands and stuff. I mean, he's quick and he's active, which looking at him, you wouldn't think he's quick or active. You think he's just a bomber like his opponent. But no, man, Matty's crafty. It's weird. It's really cool and anomaly.
Yeah, and he does a great job of slipping that head left, slipping that jab every time and going right over the top. Has landed a couple of times with that. Now you see him. Ooh, big uppercuts.
Oh, man.
Oh, good right hand. I mean, I think I maybe met him like 8 years ago, and he's been at it since. He's been training a long time.
Yeah, you can see Matt is very efficient, Alex. He's not breathing hard. He's being very deliberate with his punches, but he's not overthrowing, like you said.
I mean, you put a 4-ounce glove on a 263-pound man, and he just touches you with it. It's going to bust you up. And that's where that high volume over time really just can crush your face.
Is that the mouthpiece that fell out or some tape? I can't tell.
Quick timeout.
Yeah.
We got a mouthpiece on the ground.
All right, Matty's mouthpiece. Back in. A little blood there on the face of Costello. Not sure if it's his or...
I think he's bleeding out of his nose.
Couldn't tell there.
And those little uppercuts, they chip away.
Yeah, when I heard that he missed by 10 pounds, I had to look. I was like, is he 7 feet tall? I mean, it doesn't look like he's, you know, it looks like he's got some weight to shed there.
There's a nice little slip. Matty slipped the jab and threw a right hand. I mean, look, you can start to see the damage amounting on the face here of Gonzalez.
Under 1 minute left.
I mean, it's a 3-minute round. We're about 2 minutes deep. And these guys have landed, you know, hard double-digit numbers with the punches.
Ooh.
Good right hand there from Gonzalez.
Oh, my gosh, these guys are incredible. There's no quitting either of them.
Good straight right there from Matt. And again, his knees are good. I mean,
can Matty find a finish here in 20 seconds? Can Gonzalez connect with something big?
I mean, it just takes one punch, any punch from either one of these dudes, and it's lights out. Nice right hand again there from Matty.
Ooh,
oh,
straight right hand there.
A little gift to go back to the corner with.
Both guys bleed. So I'm speculating. I'm a veteran. I think this is a good assessment. I'm pretty sure Matt Schnell had to give the nickname Matty Ice. I know they worked together for some time. Schnell, if you're watching, shoot me a message. Let me know if that's accurate. So look at the volume here of Matty Ice. Just those little framed uppercuts. Look, he slips off the center line. Straight right hand. No load up, no extra motion. Just efficient striking.
Yeah, and you see he did take a few shots, but they weren't extremely hard shots, but, you know, did a little bit of damage, but, you know, the bigger punches, the more volume was obviously by Matt. I think I have him, you know, pretty handily at Matt Costello in this first round.
Yeah, same. And like, I'll tell you guys, the double right hand punch is weird. You're not really supposed to do it from a defensive standpoint, but you saw the highlight, Matt threw the right hook and it missed, and then he just double dipped on that hook, and the second one really met its mark.
By the way, yeah, Miles Banks was supposed to make that debut on our main card. Fight no longer on. He decided to get ACL surgery, which good for him, man.
Yeah, I was also happy with that decision because his knee was really busted up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there comes a point where you as an athlete, you want to go, but there comes a point where if you go too much longer, you're going to do some damage. It's irreversible.
Nice little right hook to the inside there from Gonzalez.
A little skip knee as well from Gonzalez, misses.
Now we're seeing a little more heavyweight style. Dude's just kind of trading. Nice left hook on the break there. And man, props to these two big old heavyweights. This is not an easy pace, and we're in the second round, and they still look full of energy, full of life. Good left hand there, good right hand return. I mean, look at, you see Matt stick his tongue out, walk forward, and throw some punches.
Ooh, big knee again.
Big man sprawl, excellent sprawl there from Matt.
Yeah, this is a bad spot.
For Gonzalez, that's a lot of weight to lift on both ends. And like, I know he prefers to kickbox. Matt is not a bad grappler.
Well, and here it's about control, Alex. No grappling involved here except for the weight in the right position. Gonzalez able to get up. But man, it looked like he was going to mount him or something. It looked like he was moving over to kind of put that leg over.
Good left hand. Gonzalez seems to have favored the southpaw stance now. He's found some success with that straight left.
And I think also I saw Gonzalez shaking out his shoulder. I think he may have overextended a punch a little bit, and that's why he's switching to use that as his jab hand now.
You know, I noticed some weird behavior in the first round, actually.
Yeah. So I think he's switching to try to use that as a jab.
Boys, you gotta watch out for some blood here. These guys are both leaking, and they're swinging. I mean, see, this is that surmounted volume from Matty that's starting to really pay dividends. I mean, you see Gonzalez in a more defeated posture, back on the cage. Still very much so in this fight, but I mean, that will wear on you worse than you think.
Under 1 minute left in round two. Matty Ice trying to look for that finish. Losing a little bit of power behind those punches as well for Matty Ice.
Oh, big knees. Oh, big right hand. Gonzalez puts himself right back in this fight, though.
Yeah, and you see he's just letting the slobber come out of his mouth. These are heavyweights, man. I love it.
We got a quick timeout. Find out why probably mouthpiece again. I'll tell you, he drops that a third or fourth time. They're going to start to penalize him.
Yeah, and he has an extremely small mouthpiece. It like covers the front of his teeth. It's probably just barely legal.
I think they started an instant eye poke.
Yeah.
Good for Costello. He told JJ, so, hey, I poked him in the eye. JJ said, doesn't matter, let's fight. Oh, you can hear those punches. Oh, my.
Ooh, Costello just kind of leading with his head there, like distracting him with a punch.
You know it's a good fight when punches have multiple senses. You can hear them. You can see stuff flying out of them. You can smell the blood. Good for these boys. I mean, we're looking at fight of the night potential right here.
Yeah, this is a heavyweight fight.
I didn't think that fight would be leading the first round. I'm glad we're about to get a third round, man.
Honestly, if I had to make a prediction, I was going to pick Maddie for like a second or third round TKO. Just because that heavyweight volume is rare to see. But when you get guys who know how to do it, man, it really tax you out.
See that
yeah,
big,
Costello having a ball in there.
Sticking that tongue out.
Yeah, and it's weird, Alex. We're at the end of the second round. It's the first time I've seen him look a little bit winded. I mean, he so far, you know, we can kind of tell from here if they're biting down their mouthpiece a little bit, their mouth is closed, and they're still throwing punches. They're still in fairly good cardio shape. That mouth's open. They're trying to breathe through that mouthpiece. That's a sign that they're a little bit tired and that they're starting to wear down. So,
hey, announcer cam, look, everyone. Hi, Mom. Make sure you're watching us throughout the night. We're going to have our reactions. Maybe we'll get a big reaction here if there is a finish in round 3. Just make sure you guys don't meme us afterwards.
Yeah.
That's all I ask for our YouTube viewers, the best in the business. Thank you guys for watching us and commenting throughout the prelim broadcast. We'll be going live on UFC Fight Pass at 4:30 p.m. for Fury FC 74.
And Gonzalez comes out firing. He looks a little refreshed between the second and third
A back
round.
fist into a hook, into another back fist. These boys, now we are brawling.
Also on Facebook, if you're watching on the Fury FC Facebook page, you have questions for us throughout the broadcast, let us know. Our team is in the comments, making sure we're answering everything. Man.
Gonzalez starting to land here.
Big
shots.
Yeah, Matt fires back. I think Matt's starting to feel the pace of the fight.
He's starting to feel that extra 10 pounds, Alex.
And I'll tell you, that makes a difference. I mean, it does. You guys got your blood sombreros?
Ooh.
Be needed.
Man, last few weeks for us has started to feel like a Gallagher comedy show.
Yeah. I was just thinking that, and I was like, I don't want to age myself by making a Gallagher comment here. But we should be wearing rain ponchos up here in the front row. This cage is a little bit better. There's about 2 feet, 3 feet in between us and the cage, but the one we had last week, man, we were right up against it.
We'll have in a couple weeks up in Dallas, too. I like that Gillies.
Oh, yeah.
I like that venue.
Yeah, Gillies is great.
Oh, man, Gonzalez kind of walking away.
120 left. Can Matty Ice find this finish here? Can Randy connect with a big punch? Ooh.
Both guys flailing a little bit here, landing those big shots. Matt trying to get this one to the ground.
Felt a little momentum slipping off of that standing head nunchuck, almost fell.
Yeah, it's hard to get those feet back in front of you whenever you're trying to drag somebody down.
See Gonzalez in on a single leg. I do believe he's catching his breath right here.
Costello does a good job getting that underhook, getting him back up high.
Let's give some props to the engineers of the cage as well. Almost 600 pounds up against it.
Yeah, I've got a friend that fought in the UFC at heavyweight, Brad Imes, and we played football together in our mid-20s, and he was 295, 300 pounds, and he's 6'8", and he was ripped thin, and he fought Rashad Evans in the finale of season 2 of The Ultimate Fighter at 250 pounds, and he was just lean, and he was like, my biggest regret is going down to 250 pounds. He feels like if he would have weighed 265, it would have just been too big for Rashad, which I thought he won the fight, but
this guy's swinging.
A little
What a way to
flurry to
finish the
take us
fight.
home. Man.
Good fight from those heavyweights. Did not expect us to see the third horn there in this fight.
I am shocked we're going to the judges' scorecards, but here we are. We'll see how the judges scored this fight in just a second.
I think just subjectively, 29-28 Costello, possibly 30-27, but I think Gonzalez had the better strikes in that third round.
Yeah, I think Gonzalez definitely won the third round. He came out kind of invigorated, found a little gas there in the third round. Started out the round here, landed some good punches. But man, Costello is just like, I'm just gonna let these land so I don't have to hold my hands up here for very long. Here he goes, he's taking a few punches. Just trying to step back out of him. Nice slip there. And he comes out with a flurry of his own. Lands a few, takes a few. That's the story of this fight, Alex. Both guys landed a few, took a few.
As we get our scorecards in, Wayne is making his way to the cage. Alex, I want to ask you about this. I heard this on the Fury Unleashed podcast this week. The canvas difference from the UFC canvas to the canvas here at Fury FC. I want to talk about that throughout the broadcast. Fury Unleashed podcast. Make sure you subscribe. The best of MMA and non-MMA related topics featuring Wayne Leggett, Rich Burmaster, Eric Garcia, and the superstar Diego Reyes. Get it everywhere you get your podcast. All right, let's see how the judges scored this. Here's Wayne Leggett.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision brought to you by OnlyFans. All 3 judges scored the fight 29-28, declaring a winner by unanimous decision, Matthew Costello.
Perfect record for Matty Costello. Matty Ice, the crowd is losing it. Man, what a crowd here for Matty Ice. I love it.
Yeah, congratulations to him. Big fight, a lot of support too. It was awesome.
That was a really good heavyweight bout. All right, let's go inside to Wayne for our next fight.
Please welcome to the blue corner for your next fight, Andrew Villarreal.
We go to the lightweight division in our amateur ranks. Andrew Villarreal made his debut at Fury FC 72, where he won his debut fight against Casey Lashley, who was supposed to be on this card. Fight fell off. He can really grind out fights. Really good fighter.
Yeah, I mean, the guys from his camp, they describe this dude as a stud. Now, in his last fights, we've seen him a little bit have some cardio problems. He ran out of gas just a little bit. He's very, very lean, carries a lot of muscle on his frame. But, again, that's something that goes camp to camp. You never know what is affecting those cardio problems, Alex. Could be he got sick. Could be had problems cutting weight. Could be he ate too soon after. He ate too much. I mean, there's all kinds of things that affect cardio leading up to a fight. And these amateur fights are where you perfect that. Oh,
absolutely. And you see in Villarreal's corner, you see Alex Cisnes, kind of a Houston OG veteran. Fought pro back in the day. When I was an amateur, I saw him win a fight with low kick TKOs. I've always liked his guys and his team.
All right, Andrew Villarreal inside, so let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Andrew Lauterbach.
Andrew Lauterbach making his amateur debut, training out of war here in Houston. The 20-year-old, a lot of hype around him.
Yeah, I know him well, man. He's a hard worker. He's an athlete. Chooses to fight, doesn't have to fight. I really respect that about him. And man, it's funny, we did some rounds before we knew each other. And, we had a great round, competitive round. I'd say I got the edge. And he was, really upset with himself. And I was like, hey, man, I'm like a 50 pro fight veteran. Like, you did fantastic. But it shows the standards he has for himself are very high. It shows in his training. And now we'll see if it shows in the cage. He did some practice fights, some live sparring smoker fights, and had a lot of success. I always said, hey, this man's a young go hard. I mean, he's young and he goes hard. I've been looking forward to his debut for some time.
Yeah, look at our tail of the tape, brought to you by Sheath Underwear. Even on the height, even on the reach, the 24-year-old Andrew Villarreal looking for his second win. Andrew Lauterbach looking for his first win here in our lightweight division at Fury Amateurs. All right, let's get our official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, brought to you by SheathUnderwear.com, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Lightweight Division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 156.4 pounds. Fighting out of Katy, Texas, he holds an amateur record of 1 win, no losses. This is Andrew Villarreal. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, and he weighed in at a perfect 155 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, today he makes his amateur debut. This is Andrew Lauterbach. Your referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexroad.
Blue gloves for Villarreal, red for Lauterbach.
Southpaw versus Orthodox.
And from talking to those guys over at War, Lauterbach has got an unbelievable gas tank. The pressure's never going to stop for all 3 of these rounds.
Yeah, he's got a good right high kick, and his opponent's a southpaw. Maybe that's something he'll look to set up.
Man, Lauterbach just threw that body kick there, that kind of push kick to the body, and man, it looked like he hit a wall.
Yeah. Yeah, both. Andrew's very athletic. Villarreal built very well for the 55 class.
Man, both guys throwing with some power and speed here.
Yeah, good diversity of strikes.
Yeah, this is another fight where, you know, you got a 1-fight amateur and an amateur debut, and both of these guys look very, very crisp so far.
Just shows you how good training has gotten, not only in the city of Houston, but throughout.
Yeah, absolutely.
The nation.
And all Houstonian fighters be very grateful we've had promotions like Legacy and now Fury to pave the way.
And also, guys like you, when you've got UFC veterans running gyms and cross-training as well, you get rounds with professionals, man. That's unbelievable. What other sport do you get that, right?
Yeah, when I was an amateur and local pro, big exchange from these guys. I remember training with UFC vets, and it just made my week. I still remember those days. Daniel Pineda, Andrew Craig, shout out to those boys. You guys are a beacon of hope in Houston, just so you know.
Yeah, it was the same way whenever I was up, you know, being a DFW fighter when I was coming up, whenever I was younger. And, you know, Travis Luter, of course, was my coach, and we would constantly get, he was still fighting in the UFC, we would constantly get visitors, Tim Kennedy, you know, Guy Metzger, all these guys would come over there, you know, Rashad Evans.
This is a bad one.
Oh,
man.
Yeah.
The reaction from Villarreal was not great.
And right now, he just punched the canvas right now, too, and see if he's able to continue.
His eyes open. Sometimes on a bad poke, like your eye will close and your body just will not let you open it.
Yeah.
Until like the muscles relax. I mean, we saw that when I think Yair fought Jeremy Stevens, and it just like grazed his eye, but his eye would not open.
His left eye is not, I mean, it is shut.
And closed.
Ooh, we'll see what happens here. But I want to talk about this real quickly. You know, speaking of the canvas, I heard this on the Fury Unleashed podcast. So over here at Fury, it's more of a vinyl canvas, but at the UFC, it's an actual canvas.
It's a canvas. It feels like non-coarse sandpaper.
Okay.
It's like rough, but also soft at the same time. The mats they use are really smooth. It's unlike anything I've ever felt.
Man.
It was the index finger right on the left eye there of Villarreal. That was
He's
a
a
good
knuckle
one.
deep in there, too.
That was a good one. It's not great.
Oh.
I feel for both these guys. No one wants this. They have time. I mean, they have time. They don't have to instantly call it. I had a fight once. I got poked in the eye bad, and there was only 30 seconds left. And Mark Goddard was like, "Can you see?" And I was like, "I can see 2 of everything." He was like, "Good enough." And I had to, so I closed my blind eye and just started swinging until the round ended. We got fight of the night, I think, because of it.
Nice.
But I was like, "Come on, give me a minute, give me a second, so I can, you know, see less than double."
So what Alex is trying to say is, if you want to make the money, take a poke to the eye.
And then just,
go for it
the rest of the way.
Let your instincts kick in. Oh, man, that eye poke is brutal. We'll see if we get this fight. Villarreal continues. It does not look good.
Yeah, but the UFC canvas, I mean, it's in the lights. Their lighting rig's big. It's like hot. It's such a feel.
Yeah.
I had to get used to it. I mean, but now I crave it. It's awesome. I mean, they're getting in there with the flashlight.
Look at that beautiful eye cam we've got here. Oh, this.
Yeah, it looks like the light is even hurting his eyes.
Fight fans, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think this fight's gonna continue.
I don't think so either.
If they can get it going.
Oh no, he's wincing at just the opening of the eyelid.
Even if he does get to a decent spot, what kind of quality of vision will he have if this fight continues?
Forget the fight. I hope he's good just in general now.
It looks like his eyelid may have folded under, and he can't pull his eyelashes out of his eyes.
Right on the tear duct. Jeez, man. I mean, even now, just he's wincing. This is no. Yeah, like he said, Raheel. I mean, fight stop aside. Hopefully, he's just okay. He's just okay.
They said they're trying to flip his eyelid back around. It looked like maybe his eyelid got turned inside out. Looks like they've got it out now, but
good work for the cameraman there. I mean, we can see this. So he's got a little redness, like right under his tear duct, which is good. That means the fingertip hit the tear duct and then slid forward, opposed to entered into the eye.
Yeah, so I think now that they've flipped his eyelid around.
I hope I was wrong. Maybe they get this fight going.
We'll see.
I think Retro just said it was over.
His contact, they actually have his contact as well. So the contact was saved. He's trying to put that back in right now.
Oh, that's not a good sign whenever he's looking that close at his contact.
Oh, man.
Hey, I'll be honest.
Okay.
I just say let him do his thing. He's done it a million times.
Oh, man. Put that on your tongue. Get the contact moist.
Toss
pour it back
the contact and scrap with your natural vision.
That's right.
He had to pass an eye exam to get in here. I mean, that means, like,
I didn't know. So for your eye exam, it has to be without any
I would imagine so. Thankfully, and I'm grateful for this, I've had good vision. My wife, who I love dearly, does not, so I'm the seer of the family.
Yeah.
But I'm not too sure. I would imagine, though, you can't have any support.
Is that snot just rolling?
Yeah, that was a little snot there.
Awesome.
A little snot. Okay, contact is back in.
All right.
All right. We might get a fight. Let's see. Well,
no,
Jeff. No, we're inside. It's called. Okay. Let's go inside, and we are going to go to Wayne and see how this is going to be.
Yeah, this will be a no contest, I would imagine.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor stops this one 1 minute, 53 seconds into the very first round, ruling this a no contest due to an unintentional foul.
That happens. That happens.
No contest here. Man, we'll hopefully see both of these guys back here. We've got a lot of fights coming up here, by the way, in Fury FC, so we'll get it going. All right, let's go inside to Wayne for our next fighter.
Please welcome to the blue corner, Isaac Vasquez.
All right, our next fight, we go to the bantamweight division. Isaac Vasquez, 3-2 record, 4-time inside the FCK, Fury FCK, as an amateur, 1-2 record in those first 3 fights. Trying to even his record at 2-2 here at Fury at least. And as I mentioned, 3-2 overall record. Has fought Oliver Jimenez, Michael, and he lost that fight in the 4th round for the bantamweight title back in 2022 of last year, or January of last year.
Yeah, I mean, he's got good fight experience for an amateur. He fights out of a great camp. Carlos Diego Fiera, those guys down in Edinburgh. Edinburgh, we've been down there. We've done shows down there. A little bit of a ghost town as far as people go, but it's a great fight town. That whole valley down there is just great for fighting. And Vasquez is he's a good, skilled fighter, very strong. And again, we say it just about every week. We have to. The 125, 135 Fury roster is full of savages at the amateur and pro level. So, you know, he's another guy that, you know, once he graduates, this may be his last one. He may go one more as an amateur, but when he does turn pro, he's going to be a formidable opponent for anybody in that division.
Coming off a win earlier last year in August. So trying to get back to his winning ways, put together a little win streak. Maybe this is the final one. Well, let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Nathan Regino.
Nathan Regino, training out of Metro Fight Club, fighting out of here in Houston, El Rey. One of my favorite amateurs. Dude just puts on a show. He's a fun fighter. He's really crisp striking and has a tank while staying aggressive.
Yeah, and he's got a great walkout jacket. I don't know what you call it. It's kind of half Mike Tyson, half Oscar De La Hoya. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
That is a beautiful walkout poncho.
Yeah.
You got the Tejano music playing in the back as well for Regino. See Adrian Jimenez there in his corner.
Jimenez, me fighting in Miami coming off at UFC 287.
How about that? You get to fight in Miami. I know you're going there for a business trip.
Yeah.
But maybe on the back end, you add a few days.
Oh, yeah.
Stay out in Miami.
I've trained in Miami before, and, you know, with I trained some boxing there, and, you know, of course, I went by American Top Team in Coconut Creek, and, you know, that's back when they had a slew. I mean, everybody came out of either Jackson Winks or American Top Team, so... Yeah, Miami's a great fight town.
We're looking at our tail of the tape brought to you by OnlyFans. Make sure you subscribe to the Fury FC OnlyFans right now. The 31-year-old Isaac Vasquez, short on the height, short on the reach. Both fighters did make weight for this bantamweight bout. And we'll get this thing going as Regino gets the final prayers in. Here's Wayne.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest brought to you by OnlyFans is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Bantamweight Division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist is 5 feet 7 inches tall, and he weighed in at 133.6 pounds. Fighting out of Edinburgh, Texas, he holds an amateur record of 2 wins, 2 losses. This is Isaac Candyman Vasquez. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 134.4 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, he holds an amateur record of 2 wins, only 1 defeat. This is Nathan El Rey Regino. Your referee in charge, JJ Ferraro.
JJ Ferraro, final instructions here. Blue gloves for Vasquez, red for Nathan Regino. Let's get this thing going.
Real as Alex steps away for you know, coach a couple of his guys. You know, we talked about it earlier. Look who is over there, you know, about having access to fighters and who your coaches are. Look at Regino's corner over there. I mean, you've got some great current UFC guys who are on a roll right now in the UFC. So top-level talent there for his coaches and training partners.
Can't see it on camera right now, but in the background, Cameron Smotherman also watching this fight. He's here, the main event for Fury FC 74 title fight on the line in the bantamweight division against Peter Caballero. Watching his teammate. Also has a good training partner for the bantamweight.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Please go to subscribe to UFC Fight Pass and watch this main card. This card is unbelievable. Now, Regino in a little bit of trouble here.
Early back take for Vasquez.
Yeah, Isaac Vasquez on his back, and he is a strong dude, Rahil. Very powerful guy. You can see these guys are built very differently. That's very, very tight.
Sliding in perfectly right now.
Yeah, Regino's staying calm, though. But it doesn't really matter how calm you stay. You can only breathe through that. You can only breathe through that restricted windpipe for so long.
What does Vasquez need to do, Michael, to finish this?
Man, well, Vasquez needs to push his hips forward. He needs to get his head away from the cage, get him a little more parallel to the cage instead of perpendicular, and get his hips so he can push forward into there. There he goes. This is a little bit better. You see him pushing his hips forward. You see Vasquez's back kind of, or Regino's back kind of going way back there, his rib cage sticking out. That means those hips are thrusting into the back. Makes it very, very difficult when your spine's out of alignment.
Man.
But Regino does a great job of escaping there. And now he's got to just get into an unchokable position. Oh, he's back now. This is even tighter.
This one, yeah, the hands seem to be a little bit closer to connecting. Good hand play thus far by Nathan Regino to stay alive.
Yeah, there it is. That's
now
that's
this
very,
is
very
in tight. Is this going to be enough for the tap?
Space here. He's closed the space here.
Oh, looks like there's still a little bit of opening on the right side of the neck of Regino.
Man, Regino doing a great job there, staying calm. Again, now he's in the position that he's unchokable. He is not chokeable from this position. Now he can use his hands to kind of unlace those legs. He can kind of get in the right position. There you go, nice turn. Got to be careful here. Vasquez kind of stuck in that figure four.
Has to unlock it. At some point, you got to let that go. 10 seconds left. And now Nathan Regino trying to unload to end the round. Big high kick, low kick. Wow. Was in a world of trouble and still gave out a little bit of a punishment to end the round. Man.
Yeah, what a resilient effort from Regino. Just Nathan Regino was choked twice. He was strangled twice. Here we go. Vasquez kind of taking this to the ground. Once he got down there, creating a scramble here to give up his back. And you see here, Vasquez on the back, pushing the hip forward. Nice figure four. That's well under the chin. And you saw also Regino kind of put his head beside the ear of Vasquez and kind of tilted his head back. That might have given him a little bit of space. Being a taller fighter, you know, it's a little bit easier to escape, in my opinion. Once you get a little high, you get that elbow above the elevation of the shoulder, makes an arm a little bit weaker, makes it a little easier to escape. Great job there by Nathan Regino. And then he almost finished the fight there at the end. Yeah. Very close.
Survives the round and gave out a little bit of a take-home gift there.
Yeah, very close first round. Probably edged that one out to Vasquez because of the back take and the near submissions. But very close first round.
All right, round two. Nathan Regino, red gloves, blue for Vasquez.
Nathan Regino looking, you can tell, squatting down a little bit every time he punches because he's looking for that takedown. They're assuming Vasquez wants to take this back to the ground. Nice body shot there. Vasquez in tight, nice scrambles there. Nathan Regino. This is where they finished the first round with Vasquez's back up against the cage. And
good kick. See that level change, setting it up is Vasquez. Jab.
That jab, Raheel, you know, those jabs are what keeps people from shooting. It keeps them right out of the range. If they're too far to reach the jab, so you got to keep that jab active. If they're out of range of the jab, they're out of the range for the shot. It gives you a lot of extra time to respond to that. You see right there, he tried to shoot from outside the pocket. Able to close the distance there. He's got a body lock here. He's about a quarter of the way around the back. Nathan Regino doing a good job of staying heavy, good foot position. Very good technical skills from these amateurs today, Raheel.
Good pressure here from Vasquez.
Yeah, again, Vasquez being the shorter fighter in better position to, you know, kind of use that head to push up on the chin. But Nathan Regino back to the center of the cage. And again, staying active with that jab. Nice overhand there from Isaac Vasquez.
Nice little high kick there from Regino.
Yeah, high kick, blocked by, a little bit by the glove, but still landed with the toes on the head. Those will still ring your bell a little bit.
Both guys waiting for that perfect opportunity.
Regino with a nice inside leg kick there. Vasquez starting to land here, starting to find a place for that right hand. Good setups with the jab.
Such fluid kicks from Regino.
Yeah, you see Regino kind of flips that left hand out with that jab. Trying to set up that right hand. Undoubtedly, Vasquez said, "I've had enough." Goes in for the takedown again.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, they want him to get back up. Jimenez pleading with him, screaming at him to get back up. Don't finish this round back on the bottom. Nice damage there from Vasquez. Man, this is very, very close. The second round was closer than the first. I think Vasquez took the first, but very close round here.
Man, that was a tough round to score.
Yeah, Regino, I still may have edged that out to Vasquez. I mean, causing that damage there at the end. Regino did land some nice shots, saw a nice body kick there. Nothing really causing any damage, able to foil the takedown here. Nice big overhand right there from Vasquez. See Vasquez finding a place for that jab. Find him a couple of times, a very, very stiff jab. And then here you see Regino, and then a big right hand that barely misses, followed by a left hook. Barely missed, but a nice little flurry there that they did not show there. A nice little flurry there to end the round for Isaac Vasquez.
See, Nathan Regino looks very good with the body language.
Oh, yeah.
Not on camera right now, but Isaac Vasquez, same thing. Both fighters looking fresh, as you'd expect going into the third round for bantamweights. Good cardio, one of the skill sets for the smaller fighters. For most of the bantamweights.
Yeah.
I don't remember a bantamweight with bad cardio.
Yeah, I can't think of one. And I've never challenged any of them to it. So.
Cardio showdown.
Yeah, that's right. Vasquez stalking here. Vasquez is looking for that big shot, you can tell.
Yeah, he definitely is loading up with that right.
Yeah, throws his punches with a little bit more intention, but Regino is kind of just touching, and he'll load up and have a big shot every once in a while, but it's got to be more wide open. He doesn't do it unnecessarily. And Vasquez is doing a really good job of picking his shots also, but you can just tell he wants that big shot to the chin.
Good jabs here from Vasquez. Keeps some of that distance. Followed up with a kick.
Yeah, Vasquez looking like he's sitting back a little bit, just trying not to take any damage, trying to counter a lot. Ooh, a nice front kick there from Regino.
Followed up with that jab. Actually, might have been just a right, because he's switching his stance a lot, is Regino.
Regino's got some pretty crisp boxing. He just hasn't been able to land. Good head movement from Isaac Vasquez. Isaac Vasquez does that really good slip and rip, kind of overhand right. Trying to slip that jab and then throw right over the top with that overhand. And being a shorter fighter, it's typically an effective punch, and if it lands, it usually connects in a good spot.
By the way, we have two title fights coming up. Mia Grod taking on Kara Greenwell up next. Jonathan Galvan taking on Sean Canard in the middleweight division.
Ooh, nice little question mark kick there that landed. Really difficult to get a lot of power behind those, but Regino was able to do it. Nice chain wrestling there from Isaac Vasquez. Finally shoots in for the double. Back on a single now. Got his head on the correct side. You want that head right in the center, in the chest. Here you'll either run the pipe or you'll kind of switch to a double leg up against that cage.
20 seconds left. Can either fighter make a big mark here? 10 seconds left.
10 seconds left. I mean, we're going to have to see a flurry here from Regino.
who can leave a little lasting impression of round 3 for the judges. Maybe it comes down to this round 3 on the scorecard. Pretty even thus far.
Yeah, very even fight.
I don't even know who won round 3, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That was a tough one.
I don't know, man. I think this may be either a split decision or, you know, if it's a unanimous decision, it is definitely very, very close. So, but this feels like a split decision to me. It feels like either guy could have won either of the first 2 rounds, and you know, or actually the first and second were pretty clear, I think. But the third round is, you know, very, very close. Either guy could probably make a case for winning that third round. See both guys landing some nice shots here. I still think Vasquez landed the better shots in round 3, but you know, again, how do you consider damage? Both of them are clean-faced. You know, both guys kept coming forward. No guys stumbled even as hard as they were landing. Really, really difficult to call.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen on this one.
Yeah, these amateurs kind of surprised us today with all these fights that have gone to the distance, but just shows you how well they're matched up in here. All these guys, you know, very, very evenly matched.
All right, Wayne is inside, so that means the judges have this thing scored, and we will get a winner. Let's go inside to Wayne.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision brought to you by OnlyFans. All 3 judges score the fight 29-19, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Nathan Regino.
What do you think, Michael?
Man, I really don't have a problem with that. I don't understand what the score was. It sounded like he only had the score from 2 rounds from one of the judges, so I don't know. He said 29-19, but I don't know what the deal is. Looks like they may have messed up there, but I mean, I have no problem with that decision. It's really close. You know, and both fighters kind of took the safe route when the rounds are coming to an end, whenever the fight was coming to an end. They both played it kind of safe.
All right, let's go to Wayne for our
Please welcome to the blue corner, Kara Greenwell.
Kara Greenwell, title fight. Let's get this going. The Fury FC Amateur Women's Strawweight title on the line. Kara Greenwell has been fighting since 2016, brings in a 10-5 record. Coming back to fight for this title here at Fury FC. Hasn't fought since 2020. Has won titles in other promotions. First time here for Fury.
Yeah, and you know, this is one of those women that, you know, she got a ton of experience. She got a big winning record. You know, she's got the look. She's great physique. Very technical fighter. So I mean, this is I'm not surprised she's fighting for a title here. I know that there are people that may think that there are other people ahead, but I'm telling you right now, with the women's division being kind of small, every woman who is in that division who's winning has a shot to take this record. So win or lose here, she is a formidable force in this division and deserves to be here in this title fight.
She gets a chance to dethrone the champ in Mia Graw, one of the hottest names here in Houston MMA and statewide as well. Kara Greenwell already announced that this is her final amateur fight. She is turning pro, has already signed a deal with Fury to make her pro debut after this fight. Let's go inside to meet her opponent, the champ.
Please welcome to the red corner, Mia Graw.
Mia Graw, 5-1, the champ, coming off that big win at Fury Challenger Series 1 when she beat Alexandra Carlson in December. Best way to describe her is technically mayhem.
Yeah. She is going to come in here and she is going to make this whatever type of fight she wants to make it. If she wants this to be a brawl, that's where it's going to go. She has the good technical skills to stay safe. She has good defensive wrestling. She has good grappling. She's a very good striker and very, very aggressive. She will not back down. She will be in the face of Kara the whole time. We can guarantee you that. We don't know who's going to win or lose. We can guarantee you that Mia is going to stay in her face for this entire fight.
It's funny going to watch, you know, I haven't seen Kara Greenwell fight. She hasn't fought for Fury first time. Going back to watch some of her fights, same thing. She's just going to be in your face. So We're about to get a treat. Look at our tail of the tape, brought to you by Private Label. You see the even on the height for both of these fighters, and that 4-inch reach advantage for Kara Greenwell. Both fighters did make weight. The 24-year-old Mia Greenwell looking for her title here at Fury. Let's go inside for our championship introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, brought to you by Private Label, is scheduled for 5 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Strawweight Division, and it is for the Fury Amateur Series Strawweight Championship. Introducing the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 5 feet 4 inches tall, she weighed in officially at 114.6 pounds. Fighting out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, she holds an amateur record of 10 wins, 5 losses. This is Kara Greenwell. And introducing her opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This mixed martial artist is 5 feet 4 inches tall, and she too weighed in at 114.6 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, she holds an amateur record of 5 wins, only 1 defeat, and she is your reigning and defending Fury Amateur Series Strawweight Champion. This is Mia Gra. Your referee in charge, Patrick Patlan.
All right.
Both ladies with tight braids here, Raheel, but I have to give the advantage to Mia Gra with the hair. She got the stars braided into the side. It's awesome. You know how you would do that.
Takes skills to pay the bills, Michael.
That's right.
Blue gloves for Greenwell, red for Mia Gra.
Interesting to see how Mia defends against the longer reach of Kara Greenwell. And also be interesting to see how Kara uses that reach. You know, they're the same height, but a pretty significant reach advantage for Kara. Kara with the blue gloves.
A nice little flurry there that just misses from Greenwell. Ooh. Mia Gra has accomplished so much already in her young amateur career, 5-1 record. Already has the championship at Challenger Series. Wonder if she turns pro, if she does win this fight. Something to watch out for. We've heard both Rich and Eric Garcia talk about this. The direction from the UFC is, man, in the strawweight division especially, you turn pro, you get 4 or 5 wins, maybe even 3, you will get the call.
Yeah, it's one of those divisions where, you know, these women are going to stay ready. When they decide to go pro, even if they've got 1 win, it's the weight class where you need to stay ready. You can be called any time to come up and fill in for a fighter or whatever, because they don't like scrapping these off the card because, you know, they don't know when they're going to get. There's just not a lot of women this size that fight.
As expected, good technical exchanges from both fighters thus far.
Yeah, so far, Kara Greenwell getting the better of the exchanges, it looks like. Mia playing back just a little bit more, playing a little bit safer than we usually see her at this point of the fight.
Kara Greenwell, her brother who passed away in 2015, is her inspiration, got into MMA, started training boxing as well. Her brother encouraged her so much. In fact, she keeps a picture of him in her gym bag to always remind herself about that inspiration from her brother, fighting for more than just herself. Not phased at all is Kara Greenwell thus far.
Well, Mia Gra doing a good job of landing those leg kicks, but man, Kara Greenwell is doing a great job in the stand-up here. I'm surprised she's wanting to take this fight to the ground or close the distance, unless you can see some already a little damage over the right eye of Mia Gra there.
Under 5 seconds now. By the way, fight scheduled for 5 rounds. Championship fights in our amateur division, 5 rounds. Good opening round for Kara Greenwell coming into a hostile environment. Mia Graw definitely runs the city of Houston. You can hear her fans.
Yeah, you see right there, I think that's the punch that did the damage to the right eye of Mia Graw. But again, that long reach advantage proven to be a little bit of a problem there for Mia. You know, Mia's still landing well, still doing very well, has landed some good punches of her own, but has taken a little bit of damage in this first round. I gotta say, I think Kara Greenwell may have taken that first round. Both ladies looking very fresh.
I want to send some love. One of my friends, Becca, is watching. Shout out to her baby Z, born just a couple of weeks before our baby that I had with my wife. Supporting her local fighters. Love seeing that. Hope you're getting some sleep. Somehow, some way we are. 4 months now for us. You've seen the progression of my energy picking up in the last couple of broadcasts.
Oh, yeah. Raheel was asleep for a couple of shows after he came here.
Oh, man.
He did the opens, and then he just fell asleep on my shoulder.
Yeah.
I was happy to accommodate him, though.
Hey, look at that right eye, underneath the right eye of Mia Graw, turning a little black there.
Yeah, it's a little swollen. You know, if she keeps that up, you know, Greenwell doing a good job of throwing that jab right into that eye. You've got a southpaw against an orthodox fighter, and so, you know, that jab is the closest thing to that jab is that right forehead of Mia Graw, and so, you know, doing a great job of tagging that spot.
Man, Greenwell just moving forward. Good counter punching now from Mia Graw.
Yeah, good head movement from Greenwell, but Graw still able to land there a few times. Nice shot there from Mia Graw. Very quick explosion to the back there. Kara Greenwell looking to get, she's got hooks in.
Wow, beautiful
Here's that
transition.
figure 4. Yeah, beautiful transitions there from Kara Greenwell. She's on the back. Mia, no stranger to this position, though. Mia knows exactly what to do from this position.
Keeping that perfect angle to prevent that rear naked choke. But now on top with the body lock in place. Posting up is Mia Graw.
Yeah, this is taking a little bit of a toll on Mia. You know, with that body lock, her trying to stand up, you typically would not want to do that. Standing up makes it very difficult. She did reach up and grab the head and is spinning around in that body lock now, so back on top and in the guard. Kara would be wise to let go of that body lock here from the bottom. Work a little bit more so she can move her transitions if she's going to submit from the bottom. You definitely can't do it with that body lock.
Under 1 minute.
Yeah, remember, five round fight here. These ladies, you know, anytime you take damage, anytime you have to fight out of a position like that, it takes a lot of toll on that cardio.
Oh, big punches now from Mia Graw.
Yeah, Mia waking up a little bit here, getting very, very close with that overhand right. Ooh, nice left hand. Ooh, nice left hook there from Mia. Mia starting to land a little bit, starting to find her spot.
Good catch of the kick from Greenwell. 10 seconds left in round 2. Man, what a grueling round for both ladies.
Yeah, Greenwell getting low on that body lock. Trying to kind of lean Mia Graw back. And you see that right eye of Mia. That thing is almost closed now. Kara Greenwell very effective with that jab. That's a tough round to call, Raheel. Good takedown, good control from Kara Greenwell. But once they got up, Mia was landing the better shots. But still, even with landing the better shots, not a lot of damage to Kara Greenwell right now. Here we go, second round. Nice little right there but again, that lands on the right eye again of Mia Graw. And here she goes. Took a big chance there to take the back. You know, a lot of times you'll get dumped like that, but not able to finish, not able to get her, Mia able to spin and then get back up to her feet, got in the guard, got back up to her feet, and then landed the better shots there at the end of the round. See, Mia got some noticeable damage on her face there. And Kara Greenwell still looking very, very fresh. You know, and damage doesn't necessarily mean anything as far as the fighter's psyche, as far as their cardio. It doesn't mean anything. It just, you know, as you progress through the fight and as it gets closer, you know, you got to wonder how the judges will see that. And there she goes. She lands again. Nice 1-2.
Double jab there from Mia Graw.
Nice body shot.
It was a loud check. Probably slipped in just a little bit.
Kara getting in tight there again. Got to wonder if her corner told her that they thought maybe she had the advantage on the ground, which would surprise me. Mia Graw very savvy on the ground. I mean, we saw that in her defense. You know, when she did get her back taken, you know, definitely not what you want. But once she got there, she knew exactly what to do and went straight, you know, point A to point B, which was back to her feet as quickly as you possibly could.
Mia Graw also active in grappling tournaments, has competed as submission hunter as well. As you mentioned, really good grappler.
Kara doing a good job here punishing Mia just a little bit with that head on the chin. Kind of pushing and grinding her into the cage. Gosh, got to be careful here. Mia kind of going over the top there. Kara almost ducked under. Mia went right back and got pretty square. Got that overhook again. She has the underhook now. It's a better position for Mia. Both ladies landed some knees there.
A little knee for knee. Fans trying to encourage Mia Graw to find that next gear. Round 3, 1 minute.
Yeah, Kara going for that double leg there, and then, you know, switches here, just decides to punish Mia just a little bit on the cage over there. Taking that head, pulling it down.
Man, Kara Greenwell applying all sorts of pressure.
Yeah, she's relentless for Hill. I mean, just never letting up on the pressure. Doing a great job at mitigating damage here. Got to be careful here. This can be a peculiar position if she's got to clear her head in order for this to be effective, and then maybe get a hook in, get a little more square to her, get a hook under that with the foot underneath that knee. Yeah, it's slipping off there.
Head pressure has been relentless as well.
Yeah, and, you know, Kara just adding to that swollen eye there of Mia, you know, pushing those braids up against there and then kind of landing a punch right over the top of the head. Very nice.
Man, look how fresh Kara Greenwell looks.
Yeah, she looks very fresh. She does have a little cut under her left eye now, but, you know, Mia Graw still, that right eye is pretty damaged. The cheekbone and eyebrow are pretty damaged. Nice leg kick there. You can see Mia wince just a little bit there. Another nice knee to the gut. That one was very, very close to the liver. These ladies trying to exchange knees there. And the difference is, you know, when Mia was throwing those knees, Kara immediately saw and kind of transitioned down to the leg to see if she could go for a takedown, or at least give her the feint that she was going to go for the takedown to make her stop throwing those knees. Smart fight so far for Kara Greenwell. See, she's smiling over there on the stool. She's having a blast.
It's a heck of a test for both women. We already know Kara Greenwell turning pro after this fight. Had a 4-0 stretch in 2018, as we mentioned. Hasn't fought since 2020, but that 4-0 stretch in 2018 really showcased her abilities.
Well, she hasn't fought since 2020, but you can tell she's been in the gym. Very nice technical fight. You know, championship rounds here. Round 4. This is, you know, this is where people get tested. You know, you can fight 3 rounds, and you get used to fighting 3 rounds, but, you know, rounds 4 and 5 are heel. Those really, really take a toll on you.
Ooh, good jab there from Mia Graw. Nice body kick from Greenwell.
Cardio doesn't seem to be an issue for either woman. Both ladies staying very, very active here deep into rounds. Round 4, both ladies still defending well, still throwing hard, still very, very active.
This is the Mia Graw that we've seen coming out throwing a lot of volume, a lot of technical strikes. Looks more like herself in round 4 right now.
Yeah, so far so good, and she's still taking a couple jabs on that swollen right eye. I mean, that's kind of that eye's kind of telling the story of the fight. You know, she's kind of winning with those jabs and setting up with those jabs, and hasn't taken a lot of damage. Very good head movement from both ladies. I mean, if this was a boxing match, this would be a great fight. Ooh, nice right hand there from Cara Greenwell. Another right hand.
Now Greenwell walking back Mia Graw. Good check there. A return high kick from Graw.
And they're playing I go, you go there a little bit. And again, Cara going into the cage, making this fight just dirty. Pushing into the chin, pushing into the cheekbones.
1 minute left. Round 4. Championship on the line. Fury FC amateur strawweight title.
Nice overhand right there from Cara Greenwell on the break. Mia comes right back with a right hand of her own. Nice right hand, and man, Cara Greenwell just looks like she has a constant smile on her face right now. Mia trying to do something about that, just punches her in the teeth with that left hand. Oh, nice left hand, high kick, beautiful combination from Cara Greenwell.
Neither fighter flinching. That's the best part. 10 seconds left.
Ooh, nice little flurry here from Cara here at the end. Mia responds. Nice couple of punches of her own.
All right, we go to the 5th round, Michael.
Wow.
This has been a fun one.
Yeah, man. These ladies are very active, very accurate, great boxing, great technical skills from both ladies. You see her nice right hand there, followed by a left jab. Here we go with that body kick. See, that hurt just a little bit. That's going to hurt tomorrow. Nice right hand there from Cara Greenwell. Nice overhand, lands just above the ear. Almost in a good spot. Nice slip and rip. There they land a kind of simultaneous punch, but Mia kind of landed a few punches here of her own. Nice on the jab. Both ladies landing there. Big overhand left there with a nice follow-up with a high kick there. Kind of keeping Mia Graw guessing, Raheel. Cara with a beautiful game plan for this fight.
We haven't seen Mia Graw push like this in a while, and look, that's a good thing, right? If you want a tough fight, test all of your skill set. Going to get a look at that eye real quickly. Doctor's going to take a look at it. Mia Graw says, I'm fine. Swelling looks to be under control. It is a little swollen, of course, but
yeah, and it's still open. I think she's going to be fine.
Yeah, just to be safe, fighter safety, especially with the amateurs.
Yeah.
Doctor will take a look, make sure everything is good. Yeah, that was just to be a precautionary measure. Patch Potlan, just making sure.
Oh yeah.
All right, 5th round. Here we go. See if we can avoid going to the judges' scorecards. Is there a finish in sight for either fighter?
Man, and I think, you know, this fight has gone well. And, you know, they always say to beat the man, you got to beat the man, you got to beat the man. But, man, I just think even if there's not a finish here, unless something dramatic happens here in the 5th round, I think this is Cara Greenwell's fight to lose right now. I think she's won every round. One round was pretty close, but I feel like she's won every round so far. Ooh, Mia needs to turn it up, and that's going to be very difficult to do. You got a fighter in front of you that's in very good shape, that's still very active, that's still very aggressive, still throwing punches. It'll be very, very difficult. That body shot was right to an inside leg kick. And that body of Mia Graw is going to be sore tomorrow. But even Mia is not slowed down one bit. Not even a hair. Both these ladies were prepared for this championship fight. And nice combination there to the body for Mia Graw. Ooh, and
another one.
Carrie
that one
does
slipped
another,
through for sure.
Yeah, another kick right underneath that floating rib.
Mia Graw not even showing any, it didn't wince at all.
Whew. No, and that just shows how good their cardio is. Nice little exchange there. And Carrie Greenwell, she has to know she's ahead on the cards, and she is still going after this. She is not letting up a bit. She's not taking anything safe. Very impressive with these two ladies.
No signs of shooting and trying to ride out the win. She's looking for a finish in her final amateur fight is Carrie Greenwell. Oh, man. Beautiful flurries.
Yeah, beautiful boxing there from Carrie Greenwell. Mia's got about 1 minute here to kind of let it all hang out, and I have a feeling that's exactly what she's going to do. Man, she is just taking shots over and over. I think that's a bad idea for Mia there. I just don't think she has enough time to do anything effective on the ground here, even if she takes her down, even if Carrie gives this up. Ooh, big dump here. Very nice. But she's in a guillotine. Doesn't have both hands together, but this is a bad spot. Ooh. It's kind of a bulldog choke here at that five-fingered guillotine there. Man. Very tough.
Good transition there from Carrie Greenwell. Big slam from Mia Graw, but that might have ended up backfiring a little bit because now in control is Carrie Greenwell for the final 15 seconds of this fight.
Wow. Carrie Greenwell is a savage, man.
I'm telling you, we talked about this morning. You and I always talk before the fights. We have a call. And I said, just going back and watching Carrie's fights, she is a tough fighter. And this is not going to be an easy fight. And it shouldn't be an easy fight if you're defending a title.
Yeah. And, coming into hostile territory like this, putting on a performance like this, we have no input on who wins or loses. But I'm telling you right now, that was a dominant performance from Carrie Greenwell.
I am impressed, man. Carrie Greenwell, can't wait to see more of her in the Fury Pros.
Yeah. And I think the story of the fifth round was those body kicks from Carrie Greenwell. You had this big exchange here. Nice moment there for Mia. But then Carrie didn't let go of that neck and almost had that five-finger guillotine. She let go with one hand, got up to her feet, got up to her knees, and I thought she was going to go for that executioner choke. But, decided to get back up, bang it out for just the last few seconds, and I think I think she's our new champ for Hill.
Wow, look at Mia Graw's eye right now. That is shut.
Yeah, and either way, no shame from Mia Graw at all. She is absolute savage. She's very young, 5-1. She'll be back no matter what the outcome of this fight is.
See Eric with the belt. Eric Garcia, president of Fury FC. By the way, had an interview on Extra Rounds with TJ DeSantis earlier this week. Make sure you check that out. Available everywhere you get your podcast.
Yeah.
Judges scorecards you see on camera right now. Wayne Leggett, best dressed man in MMA, has the results in his hands. The private label bag, the pink one for the ladies. I like it.
Yeah.
Where's our private label bag? I don't know. I need to put my shoe collection in it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see how the judges scored it. Here's Wayne Leggett.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision brought to you by OnlyFans. With scores of 49-46, 50-45, and 49-46, your winner by unanimous decision in new Fury
Congratulations to Kara Greenwell. What a performance. She also picks up the private label bag.
Yeah, private label performance of the night. You know, she gets the bag, she gets the title, she gets, and that fight of the night, that performance of the night is well deserved from her. Beautiful fight from Kara Greenwell.
Hey, let's get another title fight, why don't we?
Let's do it.
Here's Wayne.
Please welcome to the blue corner, Jonathan Galvan.
Jonathan Galvan, 3-3 record, 6-time inside the Fury FC cage, 3-2 overall here at Fury. Coming in riding a losing streak, but man, he is so talented as a fighter. He's just looking for that magic again. Fighting out of here in Houston, training at Texas Third Coast, second fighter of the night for Jason Solis and company. You see Jason Solis on your screen.
Yeah, and for my money, Raheel, I've said this before, the middleweights and the light heavyweights are the scariest weight division on the planet. When you see how big these guys are, they make weight, they do it safely, they do it right. But when you see how big they are, like out in the world, you're like, oh my gosh, how does this dude make 185 pounds? These are big dudes. These guys have heavy hands, and pound for pound, 185 and 205 guys, in my eyes, they're the GOATs.
Looking for some scissors. Making sure everything is good. It looks like we have a little hiccup here. Yeah, waiting. Let's see if we can find some scissors ringside. What do they need? It looks like some extra tape on the gloves, maybe.
I'm not sure. I see the signature from the commission right there on top, which is what you've got to see. There has to be a signature from them showing that they inspected the tape, that it meets the requirements, and I see that. I'm not exactly sure.
Actually, I think we're just... I didn't even see our cut crew there. I don't even think they got... We're waiting for them? I'm not sure what's happening.
The cut man have to go to the bathroom? What happened? What's going on here?
Where's our guy Joe at?
Exactly sure what's happening. Looks like they're going to grease him up inside the cage.
All right, let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Sean Canard.
Yeah, looks like the cut man had to run to the bathroom real quick. Wasn't expecting to start that quick.
Sean Canard, the best beard in MMA. That is beautiful growth right there. Coming in with the Top Gun entrance. I like it. Did you watch Top Gun Maverick yet?
I have. I saw it at the theater. I think that's the only way you should see it because, you know, the sound effects, all those things, it's something pretty spectacular. But also, hearing it here as a fighter walkout song,
that's pretty damn
giving me the chills.
I watched it the way it was intended to be watched, on an iPad.
Yeah, I watched it on my phone the way it's intended to be watched.
I haven't had a chance to go to the theater, as we mentioned. Yeah, we have a newborn at home, so Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, iPad.
Nice.
Maverick, iPad. Our tail of the tape brought to you by Howlerhead Whiskey middleweight title bout. The height advantage, reach advantage to Sean Canard, coming in with that perfect record of 3-0. Let's get our championship introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, brought to you by Howlerhead Whiskey, is scheduled for 5 rounds and is for the Fury Amateur Series Middleweight Championship. Introducing to you, first fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist is 5 feet 11 inches tall, and he weighed in at 183.2 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, he holds an amateur record of 3 wins, 2 losses. This is Jonathan Galvan. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 6 feet tall, and he weighed in officially at 184.4 pounds. Fighting out of the Woodlands, Texas, he holds a perfect amateur record of 3 wins, no losses. This is Sean Top Gun Canard. Your referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexroad.
Blue gloves for Galvan, red for Canard. Jeff Rexroad inside. Let's find out who the champ is going to be. No glove touch.
I wonder if that beard cushions these blows any. That's a thick, thick beard.
It's got a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's got to.
I mean, I've grown a beard in my life, but not that long.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
I don't think I could grow a beard that long. It would be like 23 hairs just that long, and that's it.
Man, Sean Canard, so strong in his last fight. Got the win over Dorian Bryant at Challenger Series 1 in round 2. Got the rear naked choke. You saw Alex and Matt in his corner as we were showing the walkout.
Nice little right hand landed from Galvan a while ago. Canard acknowledging that he made a mistake and let him land that shot. So see if it happens again here. Galvan staying very active. A lot of movement around the cage. It's a lot of activity from him. Moving around the cage. Canard staying in the center. See, Canard is very light on his feet.
Yeah.
His legs are huge.
185, pretty easy cut it looked like.
Yeah.
I mean, it better be. You're the CEO of the fittest ever food brand.
Yeah.
Putting some good fuel in your body, making sure that cut is a little easy.
He's got about a pound of tattoo ink on him, so he's got to make up for that, too.
Nice little combo from Canard.
Canard with a nice flurry there. Galvan doing a good job of staying. He's moving, and he's moving away from the power hand. Doing everything right so far.
Ooh, just came in with a big uppercut.
Yeah, very nice. Landed a couple times, and there he does it again. Nice body kick there from Canard. Galvan gives him the nod, letting him know again. All right, not bad.
Oh,
nice.
Big,
big shot. Here goes Canard.
Oh, and big return from Galvan.
Yeah, Canard's corner saying keep the pressure on.
10 seconds left. What a big flurry and a counter flurry from Galvan. And now
nice.
We're ending the round. Let's just let him keep going.
Yeah.
Who needs a break here?
Yeah, here they go. And we saw that a little bit in a fight earlier where there was always like one punch, like right as the bell rang. Looks like it's gonna be that kind of fight here.
There was no glove touch.
No.
And that kind of set the tone for the fight. Man. Highlights for round 1.
Yeah, it started out with Galvan landing some nice punches. You see that the tip of the foot land right on the tip of the nose there. Canard started to land as the round progressed. He started to land pretty solid. Nice body kick there. Perfect placement. Nice head kick there. It was blocked by the forearm, but still landed just a little bit. The forearm was up against the head. You see Canard was throwing some punches there. Galvan started throwing pretty wild there to get himself out of trouble there. And then you see Rexroad, you saw him, he's saying stop. There was 2 or 3 punches thrown by each guy after the bell rang.
Jonathan Galvan can go the distance. Has really good hands, as we saw, good counter punching. Round 2 is where Sean Canard won his last fight, got the tap. Can he do it again? Title on the line.
You see Canard staying very light on his feet. Has that ballerina setup to that left body kick.
Canard walking down Galvan a little bit here. Good movement again from Galvan, Michael.
Yeah, and he's, like I said, he's doing it right. You know, you want to stay away from the power hand. Conventional against conventional, so you want to move to your right. Stay away from that power if you can. And, you know, Canard is doing a good job of kind of just staying in the middle of the cage, but eventually he's going to have to get him to move. He's going to have to start, you know, stalking him down. He's going to have to cut him off instead of chasing him around the cage. He needs to cut him off, get him moving toward that power hand. That's whenever you find those moments where, you know, you get him moving the other way and he walks right into it, and it's not the way. You know, plus it's completely against the game plan that they wanted to do for this fight. Nice exchange there. I think Canard is making a mistake here by not putting a little more pressure on him, not staying a little more active. And again, he's got to cut him off instead of just letting him walk around. Just cut him off. Walk that way toward the cage. Don't let him circle like that. Cut the cage off. Make him go the other way. That's your power hand. That's where you want him.
Little programming note for everybody. Ooh, big kick there. Just connect, and Galvan caught it on the way out. Now Canard trying to get a big flurry.
Yeah, Canard resisting the temptation there to chase him down. He stopped for a second, reset himself.
We do have 4 pro fights on our undercard, but those will now be swing bouts after our main broadcast on on UFC Fight Pass for Fury FC 74. Oh, big flurry here from Canard. Galvan does the right thing of just tying him up, making sure no more damage is taken.
And again, you see Canard kind of just chasing him down around the cage. Nice overhand right there. You want to get him moving into that power hand if you can, which means you cut it off. You don't let him move that way for very long. You don't keep him moving. Canard's landing some nice punches here. Just a few seconds left, and a nice little pop shot right as the bell rang. Right as the horn went off.
You saw Jeff Rexler getting in way better. I mean, he was ready.
Oh, yeah, he was staying close. Staying right on the shorts of Canard there, right behind him. Another good round for Canard. You know, Canard landing well. You know, Galvan is doing a good job of staying out of trouble. If he gets in a little bit of trouble and Canard lands a few punches, he's able to walk himself out of that trouble pretty quick. Neither fighter really is looking like this fight's ever going to go to the ground, so looks like this may be a boxing match, or at least so far. Galvan landed a couple good punches here, but, you know, kind of moving backwards. I would say, you know, activity-wise, Galvan is doing a good job of staying on his bike and, you know, kind of staying out of trouble long-term. But Canard is landing the punches. Canard is the one pushing the action a little bit. And, you know, it's kind of been the same. Galvan's kind of counter-punching, and you see he's got a few marks on his face. That right cheekbone is a little bit swollen. Can't really tell if he got any damage on Canard's face, but doesn't seem to be.
Punches just slip off of the beard.
Yeah.
It gotta. I mean,
yeah, from his cheekbones up, he looks pretty good.
Right, glove canvas hitting skin damage, hitting a nice plush beard.
Yeah.
Round 3, final fight of our prelims broadcast. Ooh, nice knee there from Canard.
And you see Canard not getting too excited, just touching in those exchanges, but not allowing Galvan to let him chase him down. It's an old trick. Get him to chase you down, kind of plant your feet and throw hard the other way. A lot of times fighters can walk right into something. Ooh, nice left hand there by Canard.
Now Canard seeing an opening. Big combo.
Yeah, nice combinations there from Canard.
Oh, eats a big right does Galvan.
Canard very relaxed still. Halfway through the third round. Canard kind of allowing Galvan to come in low with those body shots because he popped him right in the head as soon as he did.
Big right just misses for Galvan. Top gun Sean Canard trying to keep his record perfect. Move it to 4-0. Jonathan Galvan trying to get a big win here as an amateur. Capture the 185 title.
Oh! Big left hand lands right on top of the head. Follow with a right. Puts Galvan down. He's got about 40 seconds here. That's a lot of time, Raheel. Needs to get busy, though. Either improving his position or he needs to throw some punches, which he's doing now.
That nose looks to be broken.
He busted him wide open. His nose is just flattened across his face a little bit.
That was a perfect punch. And now in the mount is Sean Canard. Is this going to be enough? No good. Escape there from Galvan. 10 seconds left in round 3. Big counter punches, eats another big left as Galvan. Wow.
Woo! Jeff Rexrove earning his money tonight. Jumping right in between some punches between every round for the last couple of fights. Yeah, you saw that was a good round for Canard again. Canard definitely winning the round, but right there at the end, kind of after this flurry, you know, he was able to get Galvan, drop Galvan with this big left hand. And then as they kind of broke, you see the right hand there. And here it goes, right on top of the head. That drops him with a nice uppercut to follow it up with on the way down. But then after they got up, here you go. Oh, nice uppercut there that just landed. That was on the right on the end of the nose. And then right here at the end of the round.
Wow.
See if he catch it, but yeah, Galvan landed a nice shot with about 3 seconds left there in the round.
All right, so we go to our championship rounds now, round 4. And this is what a title fight is all about.
Sean Canard shaping the mustache right there before the 4th round gets started. Oh! Nice right hand there. Galvan just keeps moving forward, though.
Man, there is no quit in Jonathan Galvan. Right, to the ground we go. Earliest we've gone to the ground in any of the rounds.
Yeah, and here we go. Canard doing a good job of riding. You know, he's a student of Alex. He wants that wrist ride. He's going to try to get him in, and Galvan just kind of putting his hand there. He could probably get it if he wanted it. But happy with that gift wrap.
Here, Alex Morono in the back on cue, calling for that wrist ride, as you mentioned, Michael.
Oh, yeah, I felt Alex's wrist ride yesterday. We were training McGee, and Alex got a wrist ride. I just wanted to die.
Oh, man. Big punches now. Oh, right arm sneaks in. We've got a connection. Is this going to be enough?
The angle's bad there, Raheel. He's not going to get this. But he goes right into the mount. He's calling for the body triangle, but he's a little bit still at an angle. Got it now. Legs a little bit short for that body triangle around Galvan. They're putting a lot of pressure here.
So strong.
Yeah, this is a terrible position for Jonathan Galvan. Sean Canard with a dominant performance here in the 4th round. If he keeps this up, they will stop this fight. They'll let him go a little bit longer with 2 seasoned amateurs, but these amateur fights, they do not let them go. They do not let them take a ton of damage in here.
Rexrode inching closer. Big punches there from Canard. Right arm sweeps in across the chin of Galvan. Now sneaking under just a little bit. Still the angle's bad. Man. 40 seconds.
See the bridge of the nose there on Jonathan Galvan is busted open. Very nice job. Ooh.
Oh, here come the punches from the top. Man, good escape there from Galvan.
Now, Galvan's really good at creating those scrambles from the ground there. Canard being a little bit too sloppy with his positional changes there, leaving a little bit too much space.
Great defense from Galvan. Looked like the fight was going to end there. Was in a world of trouble. Beautiful escape.
Yeah, and we're going to go to a 5th round here, it looks like.
Big knees. All right, 5th round. Here we come.
Last week, Raheel, we had 1 or 2 fights on the total card that went the distance. Here, only 1 has been finished so far.
That's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, you see the 4th round was all Sean Canard. Sean landing on the punches, gets him to the ground, landing very, very hard, doing a lot of damage here. But when Galvan got tired of taking these punches, he created a scramble. You see here, he's in the mount, creates a scramble here, does everything correct. Lets Canard gets a little bit too high, comes out the back. Wasn't able to do anything once he got out, but stopped the damage that was being done at that point of the fight. Sean Canard looking very fresh here. Very little damage. Not the case for Jonathan Galvan. Jonathan Galvan looks like he's been in a fight. He's got 1 round here. I expect him to let this all hang out, Raheel. I expect Jonathan Galvan to be throwing some blows here. I think he's lost all 4 rounds. I think he knows his only chance to win here is a stoppage. Hopefully his coach has told him that. You see the body language there, very active body language. He wants to get in there and start throwing.
Definitely has to go for broke here. Has to avoid getting to the ground as well.
Yeah, has to avoid getting to the ground as long as he's on the bottom. Or you definitely don't want Canard on your back.
Nice little 1-3 there from Canard.
Canard doing a good job of slipping. Nice boxing there. Nice head movement. Nice defensive boxing.
This corner calling for a kick. We know 2 minutes left. This fight is pretty much theirs. Is Canard's corner. Don't need to take any big risks. Matt Wall just called for that, but still got to be aggressive. Pick your spots.
And he's done it so far. Galvan, everything he's thrown has missed so far. And, you know, I'm kind of surprised how inactive he is. Now, it's only a 3-minute round. We're about halfway through that. So he's got about half of 3 minutes. I mean, he may have thrown 5 or 6 punches so far in this round. I just would have thought he would have wanted to apply the pressure and wanted to get in there and exchange with him. You know, win or lose, you know, this 5th round, you know, you're losing the fight anyways. But there may be a point in the fight. Galvan may say, hey, at the 45-second mark, if we're still standing, let me know. I'm going to go in there and start throwing as hard as I can. You never know. Never know what the strategy is here. We know Canard's strategy is a counter punch, take it easy, don't take too many big chances. Take what he gives you.
If you're potentially up 4 rounds to none, fans might not like it. We might not like it as fight fans. But you do have to be careful. Like, there is a game to this. There is a strategy. Oh, big takedown.
Very nice. Yeah, Galvan landed a couple of shots. We saw it kind of stun Canard there for just a second. He put some distance between him, and Galvan kind of aggressively trying to close that distance there to do it again, and gets taken down pretty easy. 25 seconds here. Canard just needs to keep this space. Maybe do a little bit of damage, throw some punches. You don't want to get stood up with 10 or 15 seconds left and take that risk. Going to the mount here.
Into the mount, yep. And riding to the championship is Sean Canard, unofficially. Officially on the broadcast score sheet. 5 rounds of championship level MMA in the middleweight division of the Fury amateur subset.
Yeah, what a great fight. You know, good game plan from Jonathan Galvan. I just don't think the things that he planned offensively worked as well as he had hoped. You know, defensively he was really well. He did really well most of the time. You know, going away from that power hand, but Canard, man, just you know, big gas tank, very strong, persistent with his game plan. You know, wasn't taking any big chances. Fought a very smart fight there. I mean, it's a very cerebral, and of course, coming from Alex Morono's camp, I'm not surprised. Very cerebral game plan for going into a fight like this against a guy who punches hard. I think this is a pretty easy decision for him. I think this is a 50-45 for Canard, and we'll have a new 185 amateur Fury champion.
Judges tallying up the scores right now. Wayne getting them. Big, beautiful beard of Sean Canard. Championship beard.
Yeah, be able to tuck it down in his belt if he wanted to get it.
All right, let's go inside for the official decision. Here's Wayne.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision brought to you by OnlyFans. With scores of 50-45, 50-45, and 50-44, your winner by unanimous decision and new Fury Amateur Series middleweight champion, Top Gun, Sean Canard!
There it is, new champion, Sean Canard. For all of our fans who are looking for the pro fights, those are now going to swing back to after our main broadcast on UFC Fight Pass. We go live at 4:30 p.m. on UFC Fight Pass with Fury FC 74 Bantamweight Championship on the line. We will see you then on behalf of our entire Fury team, our production team. For Alex Morono and Michael Alexander, I'm Rahil Ramzanali. We will see you on UFC Fight Pass at 4:30 Central Standard Time.